is Daniel Robinson. I attend AC Flora, and I'm planning to major in geology at College of Charleston.
Good job. Yeah, I'm David Robinson, the father of geologist Daniel Robinson. We're out here to do a Candlelight Vigil on behalf of my son, and also to bring light into other families who are going through similar situations. So thank you. I'm thanking everybody who's out here to support. We need to stand in solidarity to bring attention to this case and to make a statement.
Oh, I'll be your shelter, I'll be your armor. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. I will never stop marching to reach you in the middle of the hardest fight. It's true, I will rescue you.
Hello, everyone. Dave Robinson here, the father of missing geologist Daniel Cornelius Robinson. Thank you so much for joining me this evening on this very, very, very difficult day, June 23rd, 2026. This day marks 5 years that my son, geologist Daniel Cornelius Robinson, went missing out there in the Sonoran Desert of Arizona. As you can imagine, this is a very, very hard time for my family. Myself, my friends, those who are close with Daniel, his friends, of course, his siblings. This is a very difficult day. It's been 5 years, 5 long years, this date. When I received that phone call, that changed everything. But it also set off a course that would never, for our family, would never be the same. To talk about this day, this is the America's Son Candlelight Vigil. 5 years later, turning pain into purpose. But I want to start off real quick because I see I have some issues already. I'm sorry for being late. I did just drop those who are on Instagram. I've been having this issue the whole entire time while trying to do so much. I do a lot of things, and a lot of things I have to do it myself. And so a lot of things go kind of lacking, the ability to work out some of the bugs that I'm having. So even this picture quality, if I drop, I want to apologize to the family up front, to you all who join in to really support everything I have been doing. But I'm going to give it my best shot today. It's very hard, like I say, a very hard day, but I'm going to give it my shot. So I just want to give apologies if everything drop out, like my video quality, my picture. But we're going to try to press through here because I have some families who coming on at 5 o'clock p.m. I have one family at 5, one at 5:15, one at 5:30, one 5:45, 6 o'clock, and 6:15. We'll talk about their missing loved one. We'll tell us how we can help, how we can bring awareness to their case, and support them in every way possible. So this is very important for you to all listen and gather all the information that you can and share their information, because I tell you what, it's the difference between finding someone and getting those answers and not getting those answers, because you'll be surprised when you share. Just get back on Daniel a bit, because I want to talk about his story a little bit before the families come on. Again, my son went missing out there in the Sonoran Desert on June 23rd of 2021. He remained missing. As you know, I live here in Columbia, South Carolina. Daniel's a native here in Columbia, South Carolina. He went to the College of Charleston, South Carolina, where he explored and went to take on his career in geology. He fell in love with geology in his freshman year of college. He even thought about it in his last year of high school. He went to AC Flora. Daniel, once he got to college, he, of course, like any other student, he lived the dormitory life. He gained a lot of friends. He had his twin sisters that was in school also at the time when he was there. So Daniel is a person that kind of just bring a lot of people together, and that's what I most miss about him. So I just want to say really quick, for those of his friends that's down at the College of Charleston that know Daniel, who's been in close contact with Daniel, will tell you, yes, Daniel's one of those people that definitely can really brighten the day. He's fun to be around. Like I say, very people-oriented person. So again, just want to say about that. But he graduated with honors. He graduated from college with honors. Again, excel at what he does, graduated. And he took his career out to Arizona, where he wanted to expand his horizon, start his life off. He landed his first job with a company called Mitchell's New World, Mitchell Southwest Groundwater, where they hired him on as a field geologist, also called a hydrogeologist. Daniel's job, very important to Arizona. Very important to Arizona. Could you imagine someone from South Carolina going out to Arizona to make Arizona a better place? And those is for the people who rely on water, because of being a desert state, Daniel's job is very important. I can tell you, just from my standpoint, when Daniel landed the job as a parent, we did some research. I know Mitchell's New World was, I believe, in New York as well, one branch there or somewhere out east. And but he worked right there at the one in Phoenix. And I remember Daniel, when he first got the job, he was very excited, just like he always consult with me on everything. That's why I did the research, and he was telling me about the job and how he got the job, and some of the details of what the work that he would be doing. But Daniel also made sure that a lot of times while he's at those well sites or any kind of site, he always talked about what he's doing at the job. He's waiting on, he sees some of the other guys out there drilling or whatever the case may be doing. And, he'll remain on the phone to me as much as can until he had to go do his portion. So I had a pleasure to kind of get a little bit of idea what Daniel do. He works sometimes at night, sometimes at day, but he's definitely he is a person who decided to, just do his job well and do it right. And to take that even further, Daniel first got there to Arizona. He didn't have any transportation. That's why, it was really shocking when he went up to Flagstaff for that class and told me that he was coming back to Columbia, South Carolina. He was going to stay in Arizona. One of my concerns was that he didn't have transportation. And so with that, we definitely hoped that he came back, but he decided, like I said, to stay there in Arizona and just go ahead and try to do his best on his job. I think he started off with one of the coworkers there to get his catch a ride and things like that to work. Try to be there on time, but he also did what I taught him: get you something, which he did. He had a little hoopty, what I call it, a car. You fix and repair daily. But he took those skills that I taught him as a young man, him and his brother, and he kept that car running, because he wanted to make sure he was being responsible, make sure that he's on time, those kind of things. And so he worked his way up and bought his first car, the vehicle that you all know that we talked about. I would like to have a backdrop here. I normally would have a backdrop behind me to illustrate Daniel's vehicle, the state that it was in. But of course, or show you all the vehicle before the alleged days of things that happened. And so he was very proud of that vehicle. Just to say, he is very proud of the vehicle. Is his first, where I look at it as a man, as a grown man, bought something for himself, starting his life off. He's very, very proud of that vehicle. So much so that he wanted me to come to Arizona to see the vehicle and drive in it and ride in it. So we had plans. We had plans for me to be in Arizona with his sisters. One was in California at the time. One was in Arizona at the time, and for also to get together, to spend time with each other. And Daniel, again, he wanted me to go hiking. He challenged me to some hiking trail that's somewhere there in Phoenix. But we had that plan for me to come out there in July to spend that time to see his vehicle for the first time. So the pictures that you all seen at the beginning, the really nice picture of Daniel's vehicle, I put that out. That's the one that he gave me of his vehicle. But of course, the circumstances, I did not get to see it like that. But like I said, we had plans for me to be out there in July, to be able to see that vehicle. But to go back to the story of Daniel, and I'm trying to make this quick because I will have families joining in on me. Coming here again, we have the first family on at 5:00 p.m. And it's Zachariah Tyler family. And so I'm going to try to make sure I fit everything in because I really hope that everything holds up. And you probably see me looking around on my screen. I did drop Instagram. I'm really sorry for those who was on Instagram. I hope you can all jump back on Facebook. And it looked like YouTube is still there. So again, one of the things is to illustrate that Daniel did go missing once he went to work one day. And I think I kind of skipped around, but he went to work one day like he always do, and went to the first well site where he had to get those some logs that he took. But then he went to the second well site where he was supposed to meet someone named Ken Elliott, who works for a drilling company called Weber Waterworks. Of course, the storyline went from that point with Daniel, and we had to go with that as we stand today. The story was that Daniel met him on the side of the road called Sun Valley Parkway. It's a long road. It's a road that used to be called a road to nowhere. A lot of miles out. Very, very lengthy road. But he met on the side in the Sonoran Desert, on that road, on the shoulder of that road, to an entrance gate that would lead into the desert where Daniel should be going to the second well site. Of course, according to Ken, Daniel followed him in there in that desert. They went 1 mile west, 2 miles north to get to the well site. And they reached that well site around 9:00 that morning. According to Ken, they talked about the weather, things about, Daniel said he was tired, to Daniel waving off to him, hopping in his vehicle to drive off and never be seen again. 30 days later, his vehicle showed up a little farther in that remote part of that desert, in the Sonoran Desert, in a 20-foot ravine lying on the side. Allegedly everything on my son's body, underwear down to his socks, was laying 3 feet away from the vehicle. So you can imagine, as a parent, just even hearing this information at the beginning when I'm sitting here, right here in my house here where I live, to get a call from my daughter who said someone was looking for Daniel, and that set off the stream of things that we hear right now. So without going through the whole full story of Daniel case, I just want you all to know, please follow everything I'm doing, because I will be talking about Daniel case to the fullest point. But I can tell you from a father standpoint, this has been a very difficult road. I had to travel over 2,000 miles from Columbia, South Carolina to Phoenix, Arizona, where I was meeting up with my daughter because my idea was that I was going to find my son. Like really quickly. One of the issues I had was with law enforcement at the time, that has a lot of slow urgencies there. They were saying things like, hey, he's a grown man. He could disappear if he wanted to, without even having contact with Daniel to ask him if that was the case. So some of the languages that I heard, I live here in Columbia, South Carolina. I grew up in a time where we didn't have, and they're going to tell my age a little, but didn't have cell phones, where people are taking all the pictures and videos, and there's a lot of accountability to law enforcement. But so I come from a place where I even have bruises from police brutality growing up from high school. And so of course, when I hear certain languages from law enforcement, I can identify that very quickly when there's not a real concern, depending on who the person is, what the value is to them, and those kind of streams. So of course, that really pushed me to that corner, and that's when I ended up taking that trip, that drive, 2,000 miles to Arizona to rescue my own son. Like I said, it was a long trip. Couldn't get there fast enough. Doing investigative stuff from day one. I really relied on my relationship with God and my spirituality to keep me strong, but also the training that I had from my military experience. Just basic training, things that we learned to keep a mission first. So that's the reason why I approached Daniel's case in that way, as a mission to find him and to keep myself strong, because I know Daniel's mother, for instance, of course, in the mother would take that very hard. His siblings taking it very hard. His aunties, uncles, families take it very hard. You need someone that can actually keep a level head, stay strong, and go do the things that you have to do. So that was my approach. Started my own investigation at the beginning. Decided to start my own desert searching because of, again, the lack of urgency. But was able to do that. Was able to build a coalition of people from all across the area, the Bay areas to the Valley area, the Valley areas to out in California, here for some from South Carolina, to come together to help me find my son. So it's been a long ride, long trials and tribulations on finding human remains, and wondering if it's Daniel, to just not getting the answer that we're looking for. Roadblocks at the roadblocks. Can't get cell phone ping data. Can't get Uconnect data. Can't get pictures. So those things are very hard for any family, and so for not any different from me. So if I sound a little different, you guys, today, I'm going through a really emotional wreck right now, and I'm really trying to hold it together and keep myself together here, because this day is a very bit defining moment for me, because I have a lot going on today. But I decided to go ahead and keep this Candlelight Vigil that I always do every year, something I do to try to help families. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but my heart and my intentions and my love is there for all the families who was affected by this crisis that we see in the country. And that's the reason why I had to act and do some of the things that I'm doing right now. But I can't tell you, it's really taking a big emotional toll on me as I'm speaking right now. So I'm trying to hold this together. So you guys hear me saying different, I'm all over the place. That is some of the reasons why, because this is a big day, and there's a lot of things happening today, June 23rd, that really get me to a really heartfelt area. So for me to keep going, before I keep going, I want to start off again with what we always do on the 23rd of each month at one point, before I end up running for U.S. Congress. What we do is on the 23rd of every month, we did a fast and prayer. We didn't do a fast and prayer today, but we'll be doing the prayer today, and I will start this Candlelight Vigil off with a few things. I would do it with a prayer. And also, I would light a candle for my son, and we will pray. And I would pray for the families and pray for everything that we're doing. So again, I hope you all can join in with me on this prayer, on this a day of remembrance, to a day from pain to purpose, to everything that led up to this point. So again, thank you so much to everyone that joining in with me right now. I will jump on to the prayer, and I hope you all can join in with me. So thanks so much. So I'll be right back.
You are my shelter from the storm. You keep me safe inside your wings. You are my comfort when life gets hard. You lead me to water to drink. And now
Heavenly Father, I thank you, Lord, for this day. Thank you for life, health, and strength. I want to thank you for this moment, for bringing us here. It's been a long ride, a long road. Trials, tribulations. It's been hard, very hard. I just want to say thank you so much for bringing purpose into this pain, bringing us direction, bringing great things out of tragedy. I thank you, Heavenly Father, for this day, bringing families together, bringing everyone who has been supporting, who has been praying, who has been doing everything they can to help ease the pain, help find Daniel, help try to do everything they can to help other families. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for the families that will be joining us today. Us, a family that we all are part of, that we didn't ask to be a part of, and you brought us together to hold each other up, to strengthen each other up. I thank you, Heavenly Father, right now for bringing them here, bringing my family here to support this Candlelight Vigil, to support this moment, because you know it's hard, Lord. But we'll be doing this together. We'll be praying for each other. We'll be lifting each other up. We lift the families that come in to talk about their stories, being bold and strong, so the families out there can hear and can share and can help us find the answers that we're looking for. For our loved ones that's out there, we ask the Lord to take care of them, keep them in your hands, keep them safe. Those who are here, keep them safe. Help us find our loved ones and bring them home. For those who are listening, who's been a part, I want to say thank you, Lord, for them. You know what their needs are, desires of their heart, the things that's going on in their life. I ask you, Heavenly Father, to lift them up, to make their path straight, to bring great things into their life. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for all your many blessings. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. I just want to say thank you, everyone, for being here apart with me on this hard and difficult day. Like I said, this is the most probably one of the most difficult day I've ever had in my life. And I'm speaking on my terms, and I'm also speaking on behalf of my family, who are also suffering and having this hard time. But I decided today not to, despite everything that's going on, the really rough road. I decided to keep pushing forward. I cannot stop. You all know I've been doing this journey since my son went missing, and I can't tell you with under the circumstances. I'm trying to avoid to talk about certain circumstances, but it all included together, because I would have never been doing anything I'm doing right now if tragedy didn't hit at home the way it did. It caused you to get out of your comfortable state and actually go do things and actually to do something. Like I said, God has found a way to turn pain into purpose and put me in this place right now. So today, as I reflect on everything from June 23rd of 2021 to June 23rd here in 2026, I can tell you it wasn't easy. It's still not easy. But I take really comfort in the families who I've reached out to today, who say, "Hey, Mr. Rouse, I'm here with you, and I'm coming on with you, and we're going to talk with you. We're going to keep this thing going because this is where it started. This is where it started. It started with the tragedy again of my son. So I want to put Daniel's picture up, and it's a flyer from the Daniel Robinson Foundation that's named after him. A foundation that I decided to put together because it was again based on my son. It's based on him. It's based on the kind of person that he is, what he means to me, and how everything we're doing as a family can try to help every family out there. Because when there's any time, it's many families that came out for. And here it is, the 50th week of Desert Searching was April 12th of 2025, and on that search, I had at least over 50 people at that search. And that's a testament of things that's been happening since Daniel been missing. Families we came together, families we've been holding each other up. Again, like I said, families came out when they had missing loved ones of their own. I talked to these families, and we like I said, we have. Let me put this picture back up. Thank you. We have opportunities where we just talk about our loved ones, and we share the stories, and we feel each other's pain. So, of course, the Daniel Robinson Foundation was born because of that. It was because of that. I had to do something. I remember being in the hotel room, just trying my best to figure out what I can do. Lord, help me give back to the people who has been helping me. And one of the things that really came to my mind with the Daniel Rawson Foundation was the fact that, I started off with no help from law enforcement. Started off with begging and pleading. Started off just didn't know what to do. A lot of families, we have to call law enforcement, but we don't know all the steps. Yes, we may do our due diligence, calling family, friends, checking places and things like that, but we didn't know the steps. We get lost. So that I don't want to see a family go through exactly what I had to go through with my missing loved one, with the law enforcement. Don't know how to navigate the legal system when it comes to law enforcement, and how to, as a family, get someone who can be that liaison, or that person that can keep logs and keep things, that you may need later that you don't think about because of the emotional state that happens when you have missing loved ones. So that's where the Daniel Rawson Foundation kicked in. The times when I was in the desert and I was begging and pleading law enforcement for things like drones, specialized drones that can actually see ground disturbances, to get out even farther. We had a place we call Pride Rock, where a mountain lion lived. To getting equipment to go down in the mines that I was able to try to get into, the wells that I was able to put cameras down into, in doing my efforts to find my son. So all of that played a big part and a major part when it came to the idea of the Daniel Rawson Foundation. And so again, I want to thank those, Kristen, you know who you are, who was out there in Arizona, who heard that call, and also my A team that was there to get me in touch with people in Arizona, where we was able to get this foundation set up and off the ground. And so, as I'm proud to say today, it's a true 501c3. Very proud of that, and I'm proud of everyone that helped me to get to that point. One of the things is the people also in the desert. Just numerous of people that helped me. My desert search team out there that helped me to even do the searches that I was doing. So we would not be able to get all the desert searches, keep people safe, like Evan. Just so many. I want to start calling people Leanne, and I was going to go everyone, but you know who you are. I just want to say everyone that's been out there in the desert to help. And it's numerous of us, the whole team. Again, outside the desert, the A team. Outside the desert, also the volunteers. Inside the desert, the volunteers. Again, I remember starting off the city searches, where I had a team going out of the city to go to hospitals, to go to the mental health wards, to homeless populations, to starting the first flyer distribution. When God came to me and said, "Hey, look, if you build it, they would come," and sure enough, they did. Started out the flyer distribution, getting thousands and thousands of flyers out every week, all across the country, all across Arizona. Those things wasn't easy, but was able to do it with people like you, who's been fighting and been supporting and believing everything, and really wanting to see Daniel come back home. So I really want to say that's really touching my heart when I think about it. Also, the families who helped me with the ideas of what's happening in their life. One of the things that I again wanted to make sure I given back was to have these events. The first event, like I having today, was the a day of remembrance. It's the first event that was in Phoenix, Arizona, where we want to bring some attention to Daniel's case, but at the same time, again, that's always, we're not a selfish family. We want to make sure we're doing our part, and that is to bring awareness to all missing American cases. And again, to share the platform, whatever little platform that we have, a big platform, whatever you want to call it, to share whatever little we have to make something big for families. And I remember just putting that together. The A team helped me put that together, to navigate how to get the licenses and make sure that we get all things in place to be able to keep get the families out there, to get the news outcasts out there, to make sure they're telling the story. All of that played a part with everybody in every part. So I want to say thank you to each and every last one of you that made that even possible. But also the nights when I had to spend in my one bedroom apartment once I got a one bedroom apartment in Arizona, and I thought about the issues I had with law enforcement, where I've been to the FBI. I ate lunch with the one representative from the Justice Department. To I mean, you name it. Going to the Attorney General's office. To just navigating with senators and just talking to all of these officials and learning things as the road went through. And then was to find out that every time I think about the roadblocks that we're having for my son, I think about the roadblocks that these 600,000 Americans go through that I don't even know. I think about the fact that it took me literally 3 months, 2 weeks just to get Daniel's case on the local news channel, to 3 months to get it pushed into the national news, and get it nationwide. It took 3 hard months. And then I think about the families who don't even have that, don't have the idea of how to get their loved ones' stories heard. Could you imagine 600,000 Americans a year, 3,000 days? You got 3,000 stories playing it simultaneously all across the country. We don't have that. You can barely have 2 or 3. And so what I'm saying is a lot of families just don't go heard. And also just don't have the answers, don't have the resources. And at the same time, again, that goes back to the Daniel Robinson Foundation. The second part goes back to solutions. When I couldn't get cell phone pings, something that's very important to my son's case, even to this day, to go into the meeting with senators who in Arizona who decided to call telecommunication companies to help David Robinson find his son. And I really appreciate the senators in Arizona who went out of their way to do that. We all had the meeting. We learned. I learned a lot doing those meetings, but to also see that the roadblocks was there, the solutions to the problem wasn't there. How do you come up with solutions when there are so many policies and then privacy laws and so on and so I can just go on. And then you can understand why you need a warrant to get certain things. But the understanding is not, in my son's case, when I look at his vehicle lying on the side, I see a criminal case. And, of course, you guys know I had the battle of trying to get Daniel's case classified as a criminal case. The battles of that and the battles of the senators not being able to find those solutions that I was looking for. So I had to spend time in my, again, one bedroom apartment and think about solutions. What is the solution? Where's the area where families can get some relief when it's not deemed a criminal case, when you need the answers that you're looking for. So I had to sit there and figure that out. And I did. I figured it out. That's when I wrote Daniel Robinson Law, Help Find Missing America Act. I remember having a hard time just coming up with the name because I put up Daniel's Law at first, but then found out there's a Daniel's Law out there. So it had to say specifically Daniel Robinson Law, Help Find Missing Americans Act. I wrote that bill because it needed to be done. I was really desperate to get these cell phone pings. My idea was that no matter how long it take, I would get those cell phone pings for my son. The other part is what I do for my son will benefit 600,000 Americans that go missing every year, 3,000 a day, 2,000 children. So I thought about all of that. I said, no, I have to go. And I told the telecommunication companies I'm coming through their back door. The analogy that meant that, okay, you have your privacy policies, you have your retention times, you have these things, but we're going to have to put some legislation to make it easier for families to be able to get that while protecting privacy, while protecting the telecommunication companies, etc. So I was able to figure all of that out and figure out how to do it with in the confines of the Constitution to the best of my knowledge. I'm not a constitutional lawyer, but I can say to the best of my knowledge. And so we can go with that. We can start off with that part. And how to get it introduced, I didn't know. I know I couldn't just go up to Joe Wilson here in my state and say, hey, take this to Congress for me. I don't see it going that way. So I said, you know what? The best hands is in my own hands. So I decided to run for U.S. Congress because of that. So what I'm saying is, you got everyone. I have had to take a lot of this pain. And people say, hey, Mr. Robinson, how do you still hold up? I don't hold up. I just keep my faith. I just really keep my faith, and I try to stay strong as possible for Daniel, for the families, for everyone around me, because I know I have a purpose and a place to make sure that I'm doing something to make things better for everyone who's involved, better for those who are going through tragedies. So again, I had to put a lot on pause to try to run for office and things like that. But I tell you what, this road is not easy. It is still continuing to not be easy. So I don't want to keep going on and off about this thing here. So I want to really get prepared for the families that will be joining in. I have another 15 minutes before the family will be joining in. So I want to go in the comment section really quick for the 15 minutes, as I always do for you all who has been supporting. Please, if you have any thoughts, I can put up on the screen. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and let the screen show the comments. And that way it's a constant flow. And also, I will go on Instagram. I did get Instagram back up right now. So those on Instagram, thank you so much for being here. So I have been following a long time. You and Daniel are in my prayers. I admire you, never giving up. And I can't give up. And I can't tell you, and I'm glad you said that. Let's see, make sure I get your name. I think it's Caroline. I felt like giving up, and I'll be on with you guys. And and when I say it felt like giving up, I on June 9th of this year, of course, I'm running for U.S. Congress, and I was sure because I ran in 2024, and I say, you know what, I'm not just like you say, I never give up. And I ran here in 2026, but I ended up having 3 people run against me. This time it was a lot different. And then when there was a lot of things that be said about you, the criticisms to try to diminish you as a human being, diminish the work that you have. I mean, I sacrifice. And when I say I sacrifice, you guys, I tell my family this, and I told the auntie this today. I take it when I say I sacrifice everything, that is literal, meaning I sacrifice everything. I gave everything for this cause. When I say it, one day you might read it in a book or something, but I gave everything. And when I say everything, I really mean that. And I still push anyway, still go forward, and try not to complain. But when June 9th hit, and when I had to go through this thing called a campaign runoff, I didn't know what a campaign runoff was. It was, to me, it was either I was going to win or I was going to lose. But whatever that case had been, to me, is God's journey, and that was His decision, and I'm good with any decision He made. But it was hard when it was a runoff, and then I look at the runoff date, and the date said June 23rd. That blew me. I'll be on with you. That really blew my mind. When it blew my mind that night, I was supposed to be giving a thank you speech because I did get a higher percentage of the vote, the number 1 spot. So I was going to tell all the voters, thank you for voting for me. I couldn't open my mouth. I couldn't move. I was stunned. I was an emotional wreck because the date was June 23rd, the day that Daniel was missing. Mind you guys, you remember I told you before, 3 months prior to that date, I was coming to you all to ask you to help me come up with the idea for June 23rd, because I always do an event on that day. I was going to try to do one in person. I was thinking about trying to get to Arizona somehow, do one there, because I want to put a memorial for my son, or do one here at the state capitol like I did last year, or what to do, because I'm very busy trying to get ready for the June 9th. But again, when I didn't make the June 9th and saw that date, that night, I'll be honest with you, I said, you know what? This is it. I just need to just move on. But then God said, no. He put me on this journey to keep moving forward. And no matter what happens, I have to keep moving forward. Not from David Robinson, because it had never, not in a million years, had anything to do with me. But I had to do it for my son, and I have to do it for everyone, last one of you that's been supporting, and all the missing loved ones out there, the families who have missing loved ones. That matters to me. It matters to me, and I'm not giving up on people like that, and I'm sure not giving up on my son. So that's very important. So that gave me some strength to push a little longer, push to the June 23rd date, and which is today, and I will be having a watch party at 7 o'clock tonight. But it pushed me to this date. to say whatever happens, I cannot just give up, and I cannot stop, and I will not stop, and I cannot stop. So I can say one thing though. I promised myself one thing. No matter what happens today, I need to take a break because I talk about it all the time. Never taking a break, and I'm literally saying that too. Didn't take no vacations, no break since before we was staying at home in COVID. And so I want to take at least a few days. I have a family reunion coming up this weekend. Spend time with my family and try to take some time off to really reflect and also to grieve my son's disappearance, which I never had the opportunity to do. So that's what I'll be doing really soon. But I want to get into this question. I have like 10 more minutes. So if y'all have any questions in the comments, I will try to put that on. Again, I'm read the Instagram side because I can't put you on the screen. It's I've been following since I moved to Arizona in 2020. I pray for answers for you and your family all the time. I cannot imagine navigating through something like this. Yes, and so thanks so much. I really appreciate your love, support, and definitely following the story. I have here, and I'm put up on the screen. Tracy, thanks so much for being here. I truly appreciate you. Tea and Wildflowers, thank you so much for being here. You always there. So hello to you back. I truly appreciate you being here. To see Tea and Wildflower again. Thanks so. Oh yeah, and also Tea and Wildflower. Thanks so much for moderating for me. You're still doing that for me, so I really appreciate that. Thanks so much for that support. I need it. Also, Sharon Parker, thanks so much for being here, letting you know I'm here to support you, David, and family. Thanks so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you to my big sis slash cousin, Gwen. Thank you so much for being here. You know you're gonna put a smile on my face. And thanks so much for all the hard work you're doing. I love you, girl. But definitely, it's a hard time for us, and I know, and our family. PM channel, thank you again. Let's see, I'm coming down here, everyone, try to get everyone I can real quick here before the families come on. Andrew, God bless you, sir. Thanks so much for being here. Noah, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate you being here as well. Thanks so much for your prayers. Tony, thank you. Tanya, thank you so much for being here. I have tried to keep track of Daniel's case over the years, and I am glad I found this page. My best wishes of strength and hope for you and your family. Thanks so much. Also, Penny, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate you being here. Y'all are in my prayers. Thanks so much for praying for us. Thank you. I have LWB 913. We live in a world of opposites such as good and evil, right and wrong, and up and down, and to name a few. Let God's will be done. That's right. June, thanks so much for being here. I so hope lead comes through. I hope his case will be solved. And and you say that, and I really appreciate that, June, because I am working very hard. Once I get past this as well, I will be making a return trip to Arizona to push law enforcement to do more. We have leads. They're just refusing to take the leads and do something with them. So I have to, make my presence back in Arizona. I hope you all, when I make that choice, support. You guys know that you have, again, supported this journey all the time. I'm just a retired military guy. Could you imagine doing 50 weeks of desert search of 35,000 acres of land, not including the thousands of weekly flyers going out to the travel, to following leads? I mean, I just can go on and on and on. The expenses that was out there. It was impossible for me to do it alone. And you guys have supported me on that long journey. So I really appreciate it. I don't take any of that for granted. So I really thank you. I'm watching David. It's only 5 people right now watching. But yes, we have a lot more, Gwen. We have a lot more that's watching right now. So I really appreciate you all here. And I'm definitely not going to sound like somebody who's talking about who's watching and how much ratings they got and things like that. That's not important. The important part for me is to be able to bring families on and hear their case, and for you to please, everyone here, it could take only a few people. I'm telling you, if you share a story, you might share it to the right person, and the right person hear that story and pass it on to somebody else, and bam, that family may found a lead to bring their loved one home. So definitely need you to be doing that. Also, thanks so much for being here, Linda. I really appreciate you being here again. Everybody who's supporting. Okay, I have here Monica, thanks so much for being here. This is so horrific. Yes, a lot about this case has been very, very hard. Stephanie, thanks so much for being here. Still praying for Daniel is found. I truly appreciate your prayers. Need your prayers. I believe in prayers, and also I believe in faith. Faith is an action word, so everything I've been doing is based on faith, putting action behind what I believe and what I say and what I do. So again, thanks so much. All that go hand in hand. Debbie, thanks so much. Mucho love, Mr. Robinson. Also praying for Daniel to be found. You're an amazing dad. Thank you so much. Come on, God. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for your nice words. I really appreciate that. Diane, thanks so much. You say sending prayers. Again, I thank you all for the prayers. Thank you everyone that's on the Instagram side. I can't see you over there. I wish I could put you on the screen here. It's one of the things I wish I could do, but you know, the platform I'm using doesn't do that. And also I don't want to strain it because I tell you, I've been on this live streams and lately my picture go out and I lose the feed or all this kind of stuff. So I'm really praying that we can get through this thing, especially when the families come on shortly. I want to make sure these families can tell you their stories, tell you about their loved ones, and we can actually again share these stories because they're very important. Thank you, Debbie, again. Luke Air Force Base have two satellites. Daniel went missing between two Luke Air Force, the two Luke bases. Try that too. Hopefully, the military doesn't have anything to hide. I did do that. I even had to work with the military, being that I'm a disabled veteran. Not saying that pulls in the strings, but this gave me a leadway to be able to talk to some people and try to get things moving with the military. I even tried with the National Guard to do what is training ops, which almost went through with the governor, but it didn't work out. But to try to get some areas of the desert, I still to this day want to search, but to get the volunteers over there to do the ground searches that really need to actually cover that area. But I did have a lot of troops from Luke to come out to the searches. They spent a lot of time with me and them guys. I really appreciate them. But as in the satellite footage, I tried with that as well. They do have some government satellite that I just don't know how you can get access to that outside of the other satellite companies and things like that was working with. Debbie, again, thanks so much. We have another one missing yesterday. I'm so sorry to hear that. Again, 3,000 people a day, 2,000 children, over 2,000 children a day go missing. We have over 2,000 people go missing in our state right here in South Carolina. 280 people currently missing. Those things are very striking, and it's things that we don't get to talk about. We talk about so much, and I get it. We talk about our livelihoods and our pockets, but we're also disappearing, and people need to hear about that. Thanks so much, Amber, on Instagram, praying so hard for Daniel and your family. Thanks so much. I really appreciate you. God bless you. Dubs. It really bothers me the amount of missing Americans, and this is not a priority for every politician. Definitively, a crisis being ignored. Yes, it is, and I agree with you. Only men like you can push for these changes. That's the reason why I wrote Daniel Robinson Law, because we will find the answers, and also have some other solutions, some bills that I'm working on that will have solutions to this missing American crisis. And I really believe our federal government have a lot of responsibility to that. So again, as you know, one of my things I can say is that I even tracing back, no matter if it's with the Epstein files to human trafficking to all of that. All that's contributed to people going missing. So to get those links really looked at very well, and then find some solutions that I really believe I have for that once I make it to Congress. Thank you so much, Gwen, for being here again. Big sis, I really appreciate you. Also, Debbie, let's see. Perfect, his name won't be forgotten. That's right. We won't keep Daniel's name out there, so I really appreciate you. Jazz, thank you so much. Missing American Network, thank you so much for everything you do. I truly appreciate you for all your love and all your help and everything you do. It's been a true blessing having me be a part. You helped me with the last event here in South Carolina, your foundation. So I really want to thank you so much for being here. You're never alone. Thanks so much. And I really believe that, especially when I have people like you. Thanks so much. Truly, let's just do it another day here in Arizona. Yes. We have. I should have stopped when I saw him, and I'm not sure what you're referring to, but thanks so much, Debbie. I think you're referring to. I believe you say you saw someone else go missing. All right, and see here. Thank you, Gwen, again. I love you more, and God will give us answers. I truly appreciate you, and you know that. I know that. We know how our family is. We believe in prayer. We believe in God. Jennifer, thanks so much for being here. Praying, bring Daniel home, and I have Katrina. You will be on shortly. We will get through this together. I know we will. We have each other. We're a family. Kathy, thanks so much. Thank you. Knowing you a long time. I really appreciate you being here. Hello to you. And let's see. I have the real. Oh, thank you so much. You've got this. You got our vote out here in Blythewood. Thanks so much. Yeah, I'm right here in Lake Carolina, so you know how that is. All right. So yes, Blythewood. That's right. I really appreciate you. Thanks so much. And we have Debbie Gilbert. Hallelujah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kathy, again. David, hi again. God got it all in control. Yes, he do. He really do. And if I'm moving kind of slow, I'll tell you guys, I'm really struggling here emotionally. So thank you for holding there with me. And I think I feel a lot better once the families come on, because when the families come on, it really helps me because, you know, hey, we all in this together. And, you know, and we're going to keep pushing together to get our families back home. So thanks and never forgotten, always praying. Thanks so much, Tracy. I really appreciate you. And I wonder if it's the same Tracy that we have had in Arizona that's out in the desert with me. If you are, thank you, Tracy. All right. And I do have a family that will be coming on, Miss Tyler, Tiffany Tyler. She'll be talking about Zechariah Tyler. And I'm going to be reading because I wanted to, and I want to say up front, y'all, I have did the best research I can under circumstances and to bring on the families and to talk about their loved ones. So they would be doing mostly talking, but I would give like an introduction before I bring on the family member. And so please, again, when the family members come on, get your pen and paper, get your notes, get your cell phone, be ready to take out some information. You may have to screenshot, whatever you have to do to share the story, because we are all dependent on you all sharing and getting the story out there. You know, so once I get past this election cycles and things like that, I will be back on doing live streams, back on pushing the Daniel Russell Foundation to doing the real work that I set off to do, because you know we definitely need to bring our loved ones home. So we have Tiffany Tyler that we're coming on. She was talking about Zechariah Tyler. Zechariah, during the time he had disappeared, he had vanished in the summer of 2021 in Indianapolis, Indiana, after texting his mother. That evening, his abandoned vehicle was later found near 36th and Gale Street. One of the discoveries, though, following years of searching by his family and the community, unfortunately, he was found. His remains was found located in Dunbury Park on the city's east side. Investigation status: the case is being handled by the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department. And how we can help, the case remains the focus of the ongoing death investigation, and authorities are actively seeking information. If you want to have any information, want to contact, ask to contact the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, and I will put that information on the screen. So if you can share that information, is right on the bottom of the screen. But without further ado, I will bring on Miss Tyler. So she can tell us about her loved one. I really appreciate you for being here. Thanks so much for joining in with me this evening.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm gonna make sure I get you on the screen. I apologize. I had to work these little bugs out that I have here. So thanks so much for being here. How you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I want you to be able to share Mr. Zechariah's story, and tell us everything we need to know about his case, and how we can help as a community.
Well, hello, my name is Tiffany Tyler, and I am the mother of Zachariah Tyler, who went missing July 30th, 2021. Um, and he just went missing, and we hadn't heard from him. And um, maybe a couple of days later, we did a missing persons report. They did it on that Sunday, and I would say, well, the day that we were going to pass out the flyers, um, well, when we passed out the flyers in the Meadows, received a call and said that he wasn't missing; he was over in the Meadows. And so I didn't go to the Meadows, but my children and everyone else went over to the Meadows, and so it was very chaotic. And so oh, I'm sorry, and the same day, during the day, the detective called and said the car was found. So the car was found in the 3600 block of Gale Street. That's on the east side of town, not far from the Meadows. And the 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 detectives, police, they came and wiped it down. Well, not wiped it down, but fingerprinted to see if they can get any fingerprints. No, none of his fingerprints were on it. Car was wiped down totally. Only one fingerprint, they didn't know who it was. So it was somebody that wasn't in the system. So just had different people sending messages through Messenger, maybe 3 days later, saying that they spotted him or they seen him, and no one has come forth. His remains was found March 19th, 2025, at Dewberry Park, which is not far from my house. And the remains that they found, it wasn't all of his remains. And still to this day, don't know what happened. Um, and no one has come forth. No one has said anything. And, we just want to know, what happened to him? Where's the rest of his remains at? Um, and so, if anyone know anything, they can call, IMPD, and, give a information anonymously. So, but I will say, when uh, the missing persons unit, it's like when no one says anything, they don't do anything. It's nothing. They don't get no lease. It's really, they can't do anything, and it's like it's silent. And
Yeah.
so it's very silent. And I just, think that it needs to be more done, especially with the dogs, because they think the dogs, they just leave. They just like, oh, I'm leaving, I'm vanishing. I don't want to be bothered. And sometimes that's not the scene. That's not what it is. And I know for a fact that wasn't Zachariah. He just didn't just leave. He would he's never done that. Um and so that was not like him, because he resided with me and my husband, and he always came home, and he's usually home by 9:30, 10 o'clock. Nothing. All night, woke up, nothing. And so just haven't heard anything, and just like when the detective did have it, the missing detective did have the case. It was nothing was done about it, nothing, nobody came forward for anything. So and that's all that's all I have, is just, people were saying he was spotted here and there. And but like I said, it's like days after, and it's like, okay, so, yes.
When you say that, Miss Tyler, I can, that sounds so familiar to many families, and they all tie together. Your son was first reported missing And like you said, the urgency that's not there is one of the biggest problems. The assumptions that's there is the biggest problems, and so a lot of times we don't get the answers fast enough that we're probably, unfortunately, in your son's situation, we probably have made a bit difference if things have been done handled at the exact beginning differently. So my heart breaks and my heart goes with you and your family. What's going on with your son? And we're hoping that you can find those answers. So I definitely want to, again, I just want to make sure the information that I have on the bottom of the screen is correct. But I do have here for anyone who have tips to assist in the detectives there in Indianapolis, Indiana, Metropolitan Police Department. You can reach out at 313-327-6160. I want to make sure if that's the correct number that you have as well. If there's any other information that you have, like hey, social media pages where we can all follow your page to give you more information directly, or to get more information in your son's case that may help us get some answers.
Yes, I'm on Facebook, but the number that's the missing department, and I don't have the detective number. Um, and it's also his name is spelled wrong. It's I don't know if how you want me to do that, but it's ZAKCHIRIA, and it's Tyler, Tyler.
Okay, I apologize for that. That's some of my typo, and then I will correct that one
No
as
problem.
well. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So yes, I do see that error there. I apologize for that. But yes, I will make sure that get corrected, and I'll put some more information out again about your son. And we definitely want to everyone that can share, and I want to be able to correct. If I can do that real quick, I do have um, Katrina come. She's on right now on the green screen, but what I would do is try to correct that right now, so we can have that information. And you can help me out really quick. Again, I apologize to get this corrected. And you say, what's the spelling of the first name? I apologize. We get this. Uh huh.
ZAKCHIRIA.
Okay, I got you. Yes, ma'am. Thanks so much. All right. So we're gonna get this right. We'll make sure we have this right now. Very important information. Want to make sure we get it out there. And tell me again if I have it right. I want to make sure I have it right, Miss Tyler.
Hold on, wait a minute, because I was trying to see.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm. Yes, that's right.
Thanks so much. And again, everyone, this is the missing persons number, and I will try to get the information for Mrs. Tyler that you can reach out for the criminal division. I believe you said, Mrs. Tyler, and to be able to get information for everyone who want to help Mrs. Tyler and her husband locate Zachariah and bring him back. I'm sorry, bring him the justice that he deserves in this case, to find out those who are responsible, and definitely want to bring some ease for the family, for Mrs. Tyler and her husband. So thanks so much for being here. Again, Mrs. Tyler, you're welcome to come back on this platform again. I would like to share more information and updates that you may have. I will be working very hard to, again, once I get past this date here, I will be working very hard again to have events like this and have little moments where I can actually do live stream and share the story. So I will be working on that very hard, Mrs. Tyler. So thank you so much for your time. I truly appreciate you.
Okay, you're welcome. And I'm just trying to see if I can find her number.
Okay.
Um, if not, I'll reach out to you, because I also I'll be reaching out to you as well to
Yes,
see if
ma'am.
you're available to come on a podcast that I'm doing. Oh, here it is. Here
Oh,
it
good. Thank
is.
you.
Right here. Let me see. Her number is 317-964-1876, and it's Detective Ty Lambert, Lambert.
Okay. Can you spell that one more time? The last name. Thank you so much.
Lambert.
All right. Detective Lambert. And that's
Yes.
still with the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay, I have that on the bottom of the screen. So Zachariah Taylor, everyone, contact the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department at 317-964-1876. Detective Lambert is who you need to get in contact with. If you have any information about what happened to Mr. Tyler, we need to bring him justice, bring the family justice and closure. And so we need you all to get to work and, just help the family as much as you can. Again, Ms. Tyler, I just really want to thank you so much, even trusting me with your loved one's story. And thanks so much for coming on with me. And again, we are family and we're going to be working together. And yes, I would love to come on the podcast with you to share and to try to work everything we're doing as a community for help each other. So thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And I will say thank you, everyone, for staying in with us. I do have another family that's coming on next here. That will be the family of Kaya Annette Taylor. And we will talk about Kaya, and definitely Katrina is a very good friend of mine. Her sister, Kaya, has been missing since February the 6th of 2020 after a mysterious vanishing from Plant City, Florida. As of June 2026, her whereabouts remain unknown, and her disappearance continues to be investigated as an active cold case in Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. Circumstances: she was last seen February 6, 2020, approximately at 4:00 p.m. on Coward, I think how you say that, Coward Road. Finally, her last activity, she was dropped off by her boyfriend, and then was last seen at a friend's house. A vehicle found discovered at 7:00 p.m. that same day. The car was abandoned, unlocked, and still running on the railroad track at East Trapnell Road. Her belongings, like her cell phone, purse, wallet, and debit card, remains inside of or near the vehicle. Her shoes was a bit mystery. Her shoes were found 3 weeks later on the nearby drainage pipe. Some of the suspicious circumstances around her shoes is that that Saturday, right next, they were sat right next to a newly posted missing person flyer. Family and loved ones believe the shoes were deliberately placed there after initial searches came up empty. Her physical description: she's around 28 old at the time of her disappearance. Her demographic: she's biracial. Her height is 5'6", weighing roughly 170 pounds. Her hair auburn red, shoulder length hair, paired with brown eyes. And also, her last clothing that she was wearing was short sleeve, striped dress, blue, gray, red, white, with tan knee-high boots. That's a $15,000 reward for available information leading to her recovery or resolution in her case. If you know anything about what happened to Kaya Taylor, please contact the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office at 813-247-8200. And I will be bringing on Katrina right now to talk about her sister, Kaya. Thanks so much, Katrina, for being here. I truly appreciate you. How you doing? Good to see you again.
I'm good. I don't think I need to talk. You said it all.
Well, we always on it with each other all the time, so yes.
Absolutely. There
Yes,
are just
yes.
a couple of things that
Okay.
are off, and they usually are when you go and look things up. So what happened was February 3rd was the last time that Kaya was actually saw by family, which was her mom and her brother.
Okay.
February 6th, she dropped her boyfriend off at Mr. Robinson.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, you're here. Okay. Sorry. I'll keep going until I see you again. She dropped her boyfriend off on Coward Road, approximately 4 p.m. Her car was found running and abandoned a mile and a half away on on top of a railroad track. It was running again. Driver's side door open, cell phone on the ground, and of course her belongings in the car. There was a passerby that actually saw the car and called it into Plant City Police Department. Because it was on top of the railroad tracks, that's not a city property. It's the sheriff's property, so they had to call sheriff's office. And they moved the car to the side of the road, which it sat there. Now, Kai is 28 years old. She doesn't talk to all of us all the time. Her mom and our dad were, of course, separated. And when she would get mad at her mom and those, she'd be over with us. And if she'd be get mad with one of us, she'd go back home. So she was never really not accounted for, I would say. But again, I think it was 15 days that her shoes were found underneath her missing persons poster.
Okay.
It was near Foxy's strawberry plant. Everyone always asks about the cameras. The cameras do not work there. I think that's why they felt so comfortable putting those shoes back there, because, they never came for anybody. The boyfriend's friend's house has been looked into. It's been searched, and if I remember correct, more than once. They have been questioned, and Kaya still has not been seen or heard from since they were seen with her.
Mm. Yes, yes, this has been very
Can you
hard
hear
to
me?
try and. Yes, I can. Can you? I hope you can hear
I
me.
can't hear you.
Oh, you can. If anybody can having difficulty hearing any
I'll
of
say
us,
one
let me
more
know.
thing, and then if you want to reboot it, we can reboot it. I'd like to talk about Kaya's Law. Can everyone else hear me, Mr. Robinson?
Yes, if you can hear me or hear Katrina, please put thumbs up in the
Thumbs up.
chat, and then yes. Can you hear me, Katrina?
Can everyone else hear me?
I want to check
Okay.
make sure that, because I'm seeing
Kaya's
that we
Law.
can.
So
Yes.
I know you guys heard me say that the sheriff's office came and towed her car to the side of the road, put her keys in, everything in, and closed the door, and it sat there for 3 days. The sheriff's office, I love to make sure that people understand this. The sheriff's office moved her car to the side of the road where it sat for 3 days. No one knew she was even missing. Okay. Kaya's Law is telling people or law enforcement that a car like that should have had the tags ran, a perimeter search. Don't just move it to the side of the road. If you guys don't know, please call your sheriff's office. They have a policy and procedure for an abandoned vehicle, because that's what they named my sister's car as, an abandoned vehicle running on top of a railroad track with their driver's side door open and cell phone on the ground. Kaya's Law is to prevent that. It won't cost a lot of money for law enforcement to do. It's a quick perimeter search. That's it. That's all I'm asking. Just to do that, because I don't want someone else to go through what me and her mom is going through.
Exactly.
And everyone else in our family. I'm sorry, I'm a little selfish, but I don't even like to say my sister. I've got to get out of that. My sister has a name. My sister's name is Kaya Taylor. She can be your sister. She can be his sister. It could be her aunt, her cousin. Make her your family. And put pressure on the police. Put pressure on the people in Plant City. I did found, I don't know how you say it, the missing struggle. I do that to help everyone. It's not just geared towards Kaya. I do that for everyone. So if you want to help with anything, with any missing persons, please follow the pages. We're on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Unfortunately, I really hate to bring this up, but I'm going to. The Finding Kaya page is no longer being manned by Kaya's mom. Again, I'm going to say she has, no one else has any rights to the Finding Kaya page except Hope Taylor.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Just putting that out there. I still can't hear you.
Yes. Can you hear me now,
I can't hear you.
Katrina?
I can't.
People say we can hear you. They can hear us both. They can hear us both. Hope you can see what's on the screen. Okay. I don't know if I lost
Can you hear?
Katrina. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Katrina? We still can. They can hear us both.
I'm so sorry. I
That's
cannot
okay.
hear anything you're
Can you hear?
saying. I really can't see the comments either. So what I'm gonna do is, of course, always thank you for having me on. Always, always. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get off so I can read the comments, and hopefully the next person's works, or we're gonna be mad. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Right.
kidding. We got your back. We got your back.
That's right.
Bye,
That's right.
everybody.
Thank you, Katrina. All right. I'll start for the technical difficulties. I told you all at the beginning, because I've been doing so much on the campaign trail, I haven't had the opportunity to do a lot of lives and work out these bugs that I've been seeing dropping Instagram or even dropping them on feed. I think right now I dropped Instagram again. I see everything look frozen on that end. But again, I want to thank everybody for joining us. Katrina, I can't say to miss a struggle. She started to miss a struggle. I believe she's working on a 501c3 currently. But she's been, I call her the foot soldier. She's out there on the ground. I met Katrina at doing one of the events. And from that point on, she even had me out there in Indianapolis, Indiana, where she has a lot of events and she does a lot of things. I mean, not just for Missing Americans, but she have a lot of stuff going on for the community. And so she has a big heart of gold to help families. So I flew out a couple times to Indianapolis to join the events that she have. Again, that done a whole lot of work. And I see some like Jazz that's right here in the comment section. I'm not gonna let you escape me to Jazz. What I'm saying is we have organizations out there that's actually doing a whole lot of work. Believe it or not, we're not seeing the politicians doing it. That's where I come in at. We don't see a lot of politicians doing it where they're actually fighting really hard for this crisis that we see. But you have people on the ground like Jazz, you saw, like Katrina, Black and Missing Foundation, I mean, you name it. They're out there. They're out there. Daniel Russell Foundation, out there to help people, families locate their loved ones, to bring answers, to find solutions. I'm feeling a little better. You probably can tell I'm talking a little better, trying to not feel this pain. I'm telling you guys, it's really painful. Just if my mind go back to the reality of June 23rd, 5 years. And so just want to say, yeah, just have people like Katrina. We laugh and talk because we have each other's back. She's a fighter. Sometimes, often, like I said, don't get seen a whole lot, but trust me, she does a whole lot of work. I get on her all the time about getting some rest, but it's easy for me to say because they say the same to me. But definitely, again, thanks so much, Jazz. Again, not leaving you out as well. Like I said, the hard work, and I really thank so much for even flying me out to Arizona to one of your events to bring some awareness and attention and solutions to the crisis that's happening. So you say you're right. It's families helping families. So many of us standing in the gap. Yes, because I remember again. I know I'm bringing it up, Jazz. When you helped me with the last event I had here in Columbia, South Carolina, you wasn't able to come in person, but we had even the Gabby's grandmother came to the event. So I want to thank the Petito family, the Petito Foundation, for even coming out for that event as well. We had Katrina that was just on just a while ago. She traveled all the way from Minneapolis to come to that event here in Columbia last year. So there you go. I see you on here, and I see you on here now, Katrina. Yes, they heard both of us, and I heard you, but somehow you couldn't hear me. So definitely glad you on the other side there. But waiting on the next family to come on, everyone, and I will bring that family member on once we get there. Once they come into the green room, I will check my message to make sure they're not having difficulty. But I thank you so much for bearing in with us and our families as we do this. And again, I want to apologize. Yes, I want to apologize if I miss any family, and I'm trying to check right now. But also, you can, if you're in Arizona right now, I did get a message just a while ago from Justin Lum there in Arizona, in Phoenix. Fox 10, that's Fox 10, put out a story tonight for Daniel. It's coming out at 8 o'clock your time. So that'll be 11 o'clock my time. But definitely 8 o'clock p.m. on the news channel there in Arizona. I want you to go to Fox 10. Justin Lum and I did an interview together, and he's putting it out there for this day, June 23rd, the 5th year. And there's a great interview that Justin did, and I hope you all tune in and listen because it means a lot. And I really appreciate him reaching out. And again, I met him through your event, Jazz, in Arizona, that you had Justin out there. And so I really appreciate you all for the work that you do. Again, you say he did post it on Facebook already, though, too. So good. I want to see it. He sent it to me on text, and I'm going to watch it myself. But also, we have Ben King, okay, Sister Katrina Overstreet, well-known Katrina. But again, Katrina, I'm going to read real quick before the next family come on. Kaya again, needs your help. The family needs your help. The Taylor family needs your help because we have to bring Kaya back home. And the issue that I have personally is the way that, and I'm not going to talk, and I'm just talking for me, Katrina. It's not for you and family. I'm talking on me. Every time I hear the story, I'm really disappointed. And I'm glad you have Kaya's Law that you're working on. I want to read more about it. And I want to talk about it. I want to share it on my page. I know, Jazz, you have a bill that's out there as well. And I want to share these on the page because I think everyone needs to know what's available out there, what we need to fight. I have a bill, Daniel Rawson Law, that's coming up, hopefully for a vote at the end of this year. And I know all of us to rally for all of these bills because they all come together to help us crisis that we face for every state. Every state. I had a friend of mine in Louisiana who talks about it's called the I'm trying to think of the law now. Don't skip me. But we have the Amber Alerts and we have the Silver Alert. But it's another alert I'm trying to get now off my mind. But definitely we'll have these alerts that we have for people who don't fit the criteria of being the senior citizen to get the alert, and then the younger persons who's a child to get that alert, the Silver Alert, and also the Amber Alert. So a Clear Alert is the name of it. I'm thinking of Clear Alert is something that was started in Texas, and I think she's pushing it for Louisiana. And hopefully she was asking me, and I'm going to try really hard to make sure that we can do it for also South Carolina. Katrina's back. Katrina, thanks so much for coming back. I don't know if you can hear me now, but thank you so much.
I got you on my glasses now. Miss Dahlia is still at the doctor's appointment. It's kind of lagged over, so she may not be able to get on until 5:45.
Oh, that's for Janiyah?
If not, we'll do it again. Yes.
I'm sorry?
I really don't want to speak on it. I don't know the case very well.
Well, I can read out what I have for Janiyah, and I can add Janiyah to the screen, if that's okay. And so while you're on here, I will talk about Janiyah. Janiyah is everyone a case that we need to pay attention as well. Black and Missing Foundation poster here. But you can read the poster as I read what I have. Janiyah, Miss Michael, she remains missing after disappearing from Gary, Indiana on August 12, 2024. At the time of her disappearance, she was 13 years of age. The FBI and local authorities strongly suspect foul play is involved in her case. Last seen She was reported missing in her home in the 1900 block of Malcolm X Boulevard, formerly Malcolm X Drive, Virginia Street in Gary, Indiana. Her mother noted finding the front door ajar and the back door unlocked. Her physical description is at the time she went missing, she was described as 4'3" to 5'10" feet tall. That's through conflicting reports, but roughly 110 pounds, with black shoulder length hair, brown eyes, and pierced ears. She's biracial, African American, and Mexican. Her clothing that she was wearing last, she was last seen with her black pajama pants, a black hooded sweatshirt, and red and black shoes. In October of 2024, the Gary Police Department and the FBI executed a search warrant at her home, though specific findings were withheld to protect the case integrity. There's a $30,000 reward available for information leading to her recovery or the arrest and conviction of those responsible. If you have any information, you can reach out to the FBI. That's 1-800-225-5324. Online tip for the FBI or the Gary Police Department lead detective Sergeant David Umberger. And that is at 219-881-1209. And I would put that on the bottom of the screen as well, Katrina. So you can tell me what you think you know or what you do think you know about her case, and I can go from there. You don't have anything? I can't hear you, Katrina.
I'm sorry. I just got home
Okay.
and taking the dog out, and she wants to be all crazy and stuff.
Okay. Okay.
I would rather not give any false information or information that's not correct. So
Okay.
I'll definitely wait for her to come on if that's okay and you have time.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I really appreciate it.
Okay. Can I ask you something about Daniel's case?
Yes, you can.
Is the FBI on his case?
The FBI has never been in Daniel's case, despite of my efforts. Even again, you already know that Daniel case is for me, is reminiscent of what we've seen happen. And I don't want to bring the family back up because I know they're still looking for their mother. But in Daniel's case, during the time, I had death threats. I had a lot of death threats. And so I went to the FBI about it. Because with those death threats came ransom. So we had to work through the ransom, my investigator and I. So when I went to the FBI, you would think automatically they would look into it, but they didn't. They just did a report and said the Buckeye Police Department had to invite them in. We definitely, after that point, pushed for my attorney and I pushed for a case review from the FBI. Then Detective Larry Hall, Chief Larry Hall for the Buckeye Police Department at the time did ask for that case review. And but what my attorney asked was that I be present at this interview. They did it behind my back, to make a long story. But you remember the thing when I came out in the public, they said, which was verbatim, that the FBI said, "You, Mr. Roberts, are doing such a great job on your own. We don't need to come in." So from that point, again, with Larnell Farmer, friend of mine, former police officer, Daniel Robinson Foundation director and executive director. And so much more. He got so many hats. I can go through that, but he went with me to that FBI department, field office, same one that's working that case and that for that family. So the answer, I know you dropped off, and I hope you come back. But for that family, and I see you there. And to make a long story, that I went through problems with that at the field office. I thought I was going to get shot that day just coming to ask for answers. But then after that, I went through the Justice Department, like I said earlier, in the ongoing. Had a lunch, sat down a couple of lunch time with one of the Justice Department's officials to go into the Attorney General office. You just name it. And then finally got the FBI to say they're going to look into it again, another case review, and then that was the end of it. So we're not, as far as I understand, there's never been and never will really, well, I would say there will be, but so far, no, we don't have the FBI.
Hello.
Well, thank you, Katrina.
Okay. I'm sorry. I can't. It's all jumbled again.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Okay. All right.
Okay, well, thank you, everyone. I really appreciate everyone. But again, we have Janiyah. If you have any information about Janiyah, please reach out to the number you see below there. We need to bring Janiyah back home with her family. Just like Katrina said, I got my information from off of off of research here, and sometimes there's some conflicting information that the family may put out a lot different from what we get off of public sphere. So this is what I got off the public sphere, and I was hoping the family, Janiyah, Miss Michael, Matt Michael, would have been here so they can clear up some of that and give you more information on how you can help bring her home. One thing I can say on here on the Black and Missing Foundation, you can almost guarantee they're gonna get it right. She was missing on date was again August the 11th, 2024. She's aged of 14 years old now, I believe, and depends on when I got this flyer. And also, she was missing out of Gary, Indiana. She's a Black female. Her complexion is medium, 5'4'3", 110 pounds, hair black, hair length, shoulder, and her eye color brown. So if you ever need another picture of her, this is exactly what she looked like. If you also see her out there, no information, please reach out to the information you see here on the screen. You can miss out to the Black and Missing Foundation at 877. Let me get rid of this so I can see it. But you can reach out to the Black and Missing Foundation. That's it was at 877. Let me get the rest of it here. That's 87797 BAMFI. Or you can reach out to the Gary Police Department, which is 219-881-7300. I also have a number here, the Gary Police Department, right on the bottom of the screen, that I have received from online sources. And so that's a secondary number to reach out to the Gary Police Department. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting on the next family, I will continue to talk about some of the things that's been happening. Again, with the Daniel Robinson law, very important. We have Kaya's law. We have a law. I can't. If you can tell me, Jazz, what the name of the law is, I can put that out as well. But we have a lot of actions out there. But I can't tell you about Daniel Robinson law to help us help law enforcement with new tools, but definitely help families empowered to get data that belongs to us. Data that shouldn't be hard to get when you have a missing loved one. So I hope you all can go to the South Carolina State Legislature and their website and look up Please Help Find Missing Americans Act and learn more about Daniel Robinson law. It's a very important law to help families, and I really want to see this law make it through the Senate, but also to take it to the U.S. Congress with me. I will find out a lot about this tonight. Once 7 o'clock here, that's when the polls close. I will be, and I hope you all pray with me. Like I said, this has been a hard journey. I did not run for the U.S. Congress for David Robinson. I can tell you that over and over and over again. I ran for what I believe in. I believe in finding answers, solutions to this missing American crisis. But I also live in my district all my life, born and raised here in Columbia, South Carolina. And the thing is, the issues that I argue about and fuss about on on the television all the time, talking to families, probably ignore them to death about the issues that matters and is not being done, and you get tired of politicians. And to be honest with you, it even took me a hard time when I ran in 2024. I Googled my name and they put the word politician there. It really made me upset because they called me a politician. It's almost like calling me a bad word or something, But the thing is, I am a politician now in those regards. But the but part is, I was the person that was angry about the policies and things that was going on. No representation that caused me to actually, with what happened to my son, caused me to actually put those things into action. So again, I want to put this up really quick. Jazz, put that up. So before, I'm just kind of waiting on the family to show up. I do have another family who will be joining us. Jazz, thank you so much again. Say no. Dr. Anthony Fauci is married to. Okay, you must be replying to someone who is not. Okay, yeah, you replying to someone. Okay, I apologize for that, Jazz. I thought it was something that you wanted up there about the legislation that you're pushing, as what I was looking for. If you have that, I can say something about it. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I could definitely put the name up there. But yes, I was talking about Daniel Robinson law and definitely how that would help benefit our struggle, your struggle, Jazz, Katrina, everyone who's been fighting, for our missing Americans. Definitely will help us with tools. The bills that you all are creating will help us with those tools. So we come together and make those things happen. All right, and I'm going back to the comment section again. Everybody have any comments? I'm still waiting on the families to show up. This world is horrible, sister. I really appreciate that. This world is horrible. People don't care. You would think the FBI would be more helpful. Sorry, David, but with God on your side, you are covered. So more so than anyone else could cover you. Terrible world. Yes, yes. Gwen. Sometimes God allowed things to happen for a reason. Not saying that He let Daniel go missing, but saying the situation again calls you to act. And you're right. You don't get the support. You don't get the help. And I'm speaking when I speak this, I'm saying it for a lot of families right now. You'll get support and the help that you feel like you deserve or your loved one deserve. And so that what it does for you is either do nothing or fight. And most of us would do that latter. We'll fight, and we just keep pushing regardless, and try to find those answers ourselves, and push for those relief, push forward for action and some justice. Just keep on pushing. So again, yes, it's a bad time, but we have to keep pushing. I think that just having families together, we actually doing that. Katrina, thank you so much. You said something to Gwen. If you know of anyone that would like to be interviewed, let me know. I know at least 6 ethical podcasters. We can get them on. And thanks so much, Katrina, for putting that as ethical, because there's a lot of podcasters out there that would not do the right thing. So right now I'm still checking my messages to make sure the family are not, I'm not missing them. Okay, we will have one family coming on at 6 o'clock in about 15 minutes. But I'm still waiting on the family of Miss Bynum. And so again, I'm going to put up the information that I do have. So for lack of time, because we do have a campaign watch party that I have to attend, I have to get ready for that and head across town. But definitely want to be able to get the families on, and for you all to share the story, because that's what this Candlelight Vigil is all about. Of course, it's about my son being missing for 5 years. It's of course about the pain me and my family feel. It's of course, I have to put my first priority to my son. I have to, as a father, as a person that love my son, and do anything. You all see what I have been doing for 5 years. I'm going to fight for any of my children, no matter who they are, and that's just natural for any parent. At the same time, I cannot allow myself not to try at least. This is not the well put together program, but it's what I can do under the circumstances. And I really appreciate the families who came on so far to trust me with their loved one's story, to trust this platform, to show their support for what I'm doing, because we're gonna work this thing out together. We're gonna have our national platforms where we could tell stories, to get their stories out there when the news people do not do it. So definitely want to make sure that we have the stories told, because again, sharing is caring, and also it finds solutions for us, because I know that for a fact. A lot of the leads that came in Daniel's case is because people have been sharing it. I remember the first, I was working very hard trying to get Daniel's story out there, and I remember the first tweet that went viral. I put out a tweet on Twitter, and the young lady took that tweet and she said something to the effects of have anybody considered, and I think that's when Gabby Petito's story came out, and she says do something to the effects of have y'all considered the geologists that went missing out in Arizona. And from that tweet, that really went viral to cause a lot of people to rain down on that Twitter that I started on there. And that, trust me, from there, it created an atmosphere where you get more leeway to heighten on the internet, that got the attention of people like Joel Reed, who put Daniel's story on her platform, to you name it, and they went on from there. So I'm saying that you could be surprised what sharing a loved one's story can actually do for that family to really get them out of a crisis that they are in when they just don't know what to do. They're doing everything they can, not sleeping like I had to do, not sleeping, trying to create a website, to social media posts and put awareness out there at the same time, running in the streets or whatever, had to go, in my case, in the desert, to try to go look for their loved one at the same time. It's a lot. And then still trying to navigate law enforcement. So it's a lot that you have to deal with. And to have the help of the community, that's a big deal. But I'm gonna read this, Jazz, and here it says SB 1416 has officially been signed. And you did tell me that that's been signed into law. Congratulations on that. It's been officially signed into law by Governor Katie Hobbs. That's for those who don't know. Governor Katie Hobbs is the governor of Arizona. This legislation strengthens protections for Arizona missing children by improving reporting requirements, removing outdated terminologies. Runaways cannot be used in public facing alerts. Thank you, because that's one of the first things they do. For public, from public facing alerts, requiring ongoing law enforcement training, ensuring photos are submitted to NCMEC, which is and increasing public awareness through law enforcement social media sharing. And that's the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, for that acronym everyone need to know as well. And so thank you so much. That's really really awesome. I tell you, you guys are doing some awesome stuff out there in Arizona. So that is some really good news. That's very exciting news. I'm really happy to see that you're doing that, Jazz. I really appreciate it, because a lot of families are going to benefit from that. So I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for actually doing the hard work. I'm telling you, it's really hard, and I'm really glad you're doing that. You're standing up for people. So I want to give you a hand clap. Thank you so much for that. Doing that. That's really beautiful. I really appreciate you. Thanks so much. And so you put some good news on the day. Some really good news. And also, Trina, thanks so much for staying on. Yes, social media helps. Kendall Ray did one of Kaya. Yes, Kendall Ray, her husband Josh. Yeah, very good people doing some good stuff. So I'm glad you brought them up, because I forgot to even mention them as well. There's a lot of people along the way, and it's names I can name, and we can all name a lot of people who's actually out there fighting for people. It's our community that we find our loved ones. You're right about that. Also, we have here Katrina, Jazz. That is very amazing. We are so proud. Thank you. Yes, you should be. You did really good work. Also, we need you in Florida. That's right. Definitely need them in Florida. Yes, that's definitely sure. Need it right here in South Carolina too. But thank you so much for that, Jazz. That's very amazing and outstanding. So again, I'm going to read, because I'm running out of time, and the family will be coming on in 9 minutes, and it's going to be the Williams family that's coming on in 9 minutes. So the other families, unfortunately, I think will not be able to come on to talk about their loved ones. But I would continue to talk about the loved ones for them to the best of my ability. So I would bring on talk about Diamond Bynum and her 2-year-old nephew King Walker, that went missing after vanishing from their home in Gary, Indiana on July 25th, 2015. And I want to say really quick, you all probably noticed that everyone is coming out of Indiana and Indianapolis, and that's for the help of Katrina. And I want to say thank you, Katrina. And I want to really give my hats off to you, because again, everyone, I was struggling trying to find something to do for this day that's meaningful. Do something. I mean, no matter what it is, just make sure it's meaningful for the families, to share some family story, to talk about Daniel's case. But for me, it's always not about Daniel's case. To me, it's the tragedy on my son has been for lack of words, it's been a reason why everything happened the way it is happening right now, and the work that has been done, the care of families, and trying to do what we can to help each other. Because I've met a lot of great people, and you see them right here today. Everyone, we all stick together, we all work together, one way or the other. And I'm telling you, when we're around each other, I'm telling you, we're a true family. So when you see Jazz and you see Katrina, and you see some of the other ones, Derek and Natalie from the Black Community Foundation, you name everyone. I just wouldn't want to miss people, but you know you are, and when we get around each other, we definitely are like family, and we are family. So again, but this moment, I can't tell you, coming up to the 25th, it has me all screwed up, all screwed up. You probably can hear the way I'm speaking, the way I'm feeling, and I've been trying my best to struggle, but I cannot let this hard road at this point of June 25th stop me from continuing to doing the work that I really want to do, pushing for the people that really need that, and the families. And so I definitely want to say again, thank you, Katrina, for bringing these families, because I had tried to reach out to many families I can, and Katrina found them for me. So thank you so much, Katrina, for helping me with the families to be a part of this event. Diamond Bynum, again, and her 2-year-old nephew, King Walker, remain missing after vanishing from their home in Gary, Indiana on July 25th, 2015, despite extensive law enforcement searches, years of community vigils, and a prominent feature on investigative discoveries, hunt for the missing Chicago in March 2026. No verified traces of the pair have been found. This is the case profile at the time of their disappearance. Diamond Bynum, she was 21 years of age, stood 4'8" to 5'10" feet tall, and weighed between 210 and 238. She has a genetic condition called Prader-Willi syndrome, and her giving her the mental capacity of a 5 to 7 year old. She requires daily medication and walks with a distant limp. King Walker, he was 2 years old. He is 2 years old. Stood 3 foot tall and weighed approximately 34 pounds. He is a black male with brown eyes and black hair, which was styled in dreadlocks when he vanished. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has released age progression images showing what King would look like as he aged. The circumstance of his disappearance again on the morning of July 25th, 2015, King's mother dropped him off at his grandfather's house in Gary to stay a while as she attended classes. Later that morning, Diamond King and Diamond's stepmother all laid down for a nap. When the stepmother woke up, roughly 40 minutes later, the front door was open, and both Diamond and King were gone. Because the family had only recently moved to Gary from Hammond, Indiana, it is highly unlikely Diamond was Diamond was unfamiliar with the neighborhood as easily became lost under her circumstances. And how you can help: the case remain active, open investigation with the Gary Police Department. If you have information regarding disappearance or current whereabouts of Diamond or King, please contact the authorities immediately. You can contact the Gary Police Department 219-881-1214 or the Missing and Exploited Children. The information right here on the screen. Also, I would put it on the bottom of the screen as well. So if y'all have any information, please contact the Gary Police Department, and we can bring Diamond and King back home. Very important. Very important. All right. So I'll go back to the chats here as I have a question here from Katrina. Thank you. One question here for everyone: how can you have an active cold case? And that's one thing I did here when I read that out, is did say active cold case. And I think for me is a way that law enforcement can say, we're not calling it a cold case, but we're not working on it either. Covering your behind in a sense. Because when I say that, not making it about Daniel, but I remember when July the 19th showed up. When that vehicle showed up out in that desert. By the 20th, well, actually the next day, Buckeye told me to get Daniel's vehicle out of there, right? And then right after that, they said during that meeting I had 2 days after that, they didn't have any more leads to follow. They even told the private investigator I had at the time, that they weren't even investigating, right? So to them, there was nothing to do. And so they gave me what they called at the time a partial police report. And then the Chief Hall at the time told me, say, look, we're gonna give you the full report because we're done. And they did that. They gave me a full report. They was finished with. But what I'm saying is, they turned around and thought that I was going to leave back to Columbia, South Carolina. I'm sure y'all would never heard of Daniel Robinson. I'm sure not in the fashion that you hear it now. But I didn't. I stayed. And when I stayed, when the news came down, CNN to whoever, all these networks came into that department, then they say we're still working on the case. But they're not actually working on the case. They're just saying it with their words, but the action hadn't been there. And that's the reason why I'm going back to Arizona for a promise they made on April the 10th last year. And so what I'm saying is they would say the case is active if anybody asking, but they're treating it like a cold case because they're not doing anything. Like there's no more leads to follow. But you're never going to find a lead if you don't go looking for it. And I keep using that analogy over and over and over again when I say, someone say, David, can you go in this cabinet that's in the kitchen and find me a jar of grape jelly? And then I get out of the chair right now and I go in the kitchen and I open up the cabinets and I look in there and I see all the stuff in there, a bunch of stuff. And I shut it back and say, I didn't see it. That's the way they're approaching a lot of these cases. They'll say, hey, give you enough, say they can say, yes, I went to go look, but they didn't really go look. And the reason why I use that analogy, because, you know, if you don't put your hands in that cabinet and actually go find that jelly, you're not trying to look for leads. You're not looking for anything. You look so you could technically pat yourself on the shoulder and say, I did a search. I did this, but you didn't actually do anything. And so what I'm saying is, to take that even further, could you imagine a desert full of civilian people like myself? When I say civilian, that's a military. I'm a military guy, but regular people, everyday people, who went out in that desert with me and did line searches. And we found those human remains out there. Law enforcement didn't even find their own finger in the front of their face. They couldn't find a construction cone, but yet they had the equipment that we didn't have because they didn't look. They've technically been out there wasting taxpayers' money, fuel, and all that stuff, and whatever they were doing out there, but they wasn't looking, because if you didn't find the human skull, for instance, near where my son's vehicle was found, that was only several hundred feet away, with cadaver dogs you claim you had, search dogs you claim you had, but regular people like us found those remains. You wasn't looking. You wasn't looking. You just went in that cabinet, opened it up, and shut it back and say, I didn't find anything. And that's exactly what they're approaching. So when you're not looking, Katrina, that's when they say we have actively cold cases, active case anybody come looking and asking, but it's cold because they're not going to do anything about it. So that's what I'm saying. So for me, that's a problem. And that's the reason why, if God's willing for me have get past this in another hour, because I'm at to leave it a little bit, to go to the next step, to try to get in Congress, I'll be working very, very hard on this one little area, I'm telling you, when it comes to who should be more responsible for 600,000 people that go missing every year. Americans go every year. 2,000 children. And there's nothing really, really significant. You have to have regular people. And it's funny. It's funny how Jazz and Katrina, Katrina, and David Robinson are pushing legislation, crafting our own legislation, where you got all these attorneys and lawyers. 93% attorneys are lawyers up there in Washington, in the Congress, senators and House people, and they can't come with a solution that everyday person like you, me, and Katrina, Jazz, and myself can come up with. That's amazing, right? That's amazing. So we know where the problem really lies. I'm telling you. Again, we have to have people who's passionate and really care about what's happening. We have missing loved ones, our own lived experiences create these things. Lived experiences make you go make you think of solutions, make you go fight. And that's what I've been seeing over and over and over and over again. And so again, they put us here. They put us here as a family, and they put us here to do some action. So again, You see on the bottom of the screen, the Bynum family, Katrina. Thanks so much again for that. That's right. Yeah, we need everybody here in South Carolina. Your cousin already here already, so I'm not gonna bring her out, but she's already here too. So again, we definitely have to support each other. We have to continue to fight. So I want to put the Bynum family up again one more time, and the information on the bottom of the screen because I don't want to leave anybody out. I do have they should have been on right now, and I'm gonna see if they have any issues joining in. The Williams family, they should be logging in right now. Okay, I think this popped in right now. Hold on, what do I have here? Let me see, make sure I have the right family. All right. Okay, there we go. I see what we have here. Thank you. Thank you. I have Miss Dahlia. Let's see here. Janaya Michaels. Okay. Thank you so much. And I'm going to bring her on. We have, all right, Janaya's family member on as well. I believe her mother. And I'm going ahead and drop here and bring everything back here. Let's see. Here we go. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Thanks so much for joining in with me. I'm apologize if you had any difficulties getting on. I think we spoke one time before. I remember you in Indianapolis.
Yes, yes. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, doing well.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
yeah. So we
Yeah.
do have a family that's going to come on as well. I did share Denia's information, and I want to say,
Mm-hmm.
I hope you can tell us how we can help you and your family. Some of the things, the social media to. I want to make sure the information I have on the bottom of the screen is correct. The information I was giving out, I can read it back out again if you like. But definitely want
Sure,
you
go
to be able to
ahead.
share anything that you want to share with us to help us locate Janaya.
Yeah, so I can start talking about her.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. As you know, I Janaya McMichael, 13 years old, she went missing. She's my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter. I'm her maternal grandmother, and my name is Dalia Guerrero. And she went missing August 11th, but was reported August 12th by her mother and of 2024. So it's going on 2 years. And what I like to share her story so awareness could be out there and just keep her name out there because I don't want her to to be under the guidelines or whatever, and just be lost and, she's not talked about anymore because, she's a child still. And we want to know where she's at, what happened to her. We want her home. So there is a $30,000 reward out for her. And the FBI is involved, and so is the Gary police and the chief from the Gary area, where she came up missing from her home. Mom reported her as a runaway, which is never set right with me from day one. There's been so many red flags, and we don't believe that to be the case.
Right.
So the FBI has put out there that foul play. Um, they only tell me so much because I do keep in contact with the Gary police, which is the detective on the case, David Humberg, and Chief Cannon. And he did reach out to me last week and just to see if there was anything new on my end and then whatever's new on his end, but everything seems to be the same. We still don't know anything. But it's just very important to keep her out there and anything that somebody may remember from back then, something really small could mean something huge for me and my family, to bring her home, to find her, to know what's going on. Because like I say, the not knowing is the worst.
Right.
And we've missed out on two of her birthdays. um I'm sorry.
That's okay. Take your time.
It's
I'm
just
so
very
sorry.
difficult for me. She's 15 now, and we don't know where she's at or if she's okay, if she's eating, not eating. Life goes on, and that's unfortunate that life goes on when something like this is going on. When one of our loved ones is missing, whether it's a child or an adult, because they are our loved ones. And we just miss her dearly. She has 6 siblings that miss her,
Mm.
and we all cry out for her. And I go anywhere that anybody will listen to. I go on all platforms. I've been on every news station. I've been in the newspapers. I've been on radio stations. I've been on false tips because, people see the money and they say money talks, but
Mm.
the money's not talking right now.
Mm.
And that's very unfortunate. Janaya is a very loving young girl. Like I said, she's my oldest granddaughter. She's very
Mm.
vibrant. She lights up the room when she walks in. She's very loving. And the last time I got to hold her, kiss her, was on her 13th birthday, due to her mom not letting us have contact with them. And
Mm.
that's just a whole nother story in itself. But I just
Oh,
want people to go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh no, you're fine. Keep going.
I just want people to, you know, keep sharing her information, her flyer. And I appreciate everyone who does it. Thank you for the prayers. And I believe in prayer. And I believe that that's what keeps me going. And also for my other grandchildren, because I do have some medical issues. And, but I need to be strong and be healthy for her, because if I'm not, I won't be able to find her and do everything that I do for her. I pass her flyers out everywhere that I can. If I see a crowd or if I see something on Facebook, I'm there and I'm doing it. And I do it by myself, sometimes family members. We still go out and do our searches. We just don't put everything public anymore due
Right.
to, we've been shot at twice in the
Oh God.
beginning when this happened. So just to protect ourselves and, volunteers and stuff, there's some things that we just don't put out there. But I just wanted everybody and anybody to know, if you know anything, please come forward, please. You could remain anonymous, and, the money's there. We don't care about the money. We just want my granddaughter home. We want answers. She deserves it because she is a
That's right.
child,
That's right.
you know? Yes.
And I'm sorry that the classification you're saying, runoff, runaway, the classification, and I my problem is, and we just talked to Jazz. Jazz just showed about some legislation she pushed in. They have signed in Arizona. We just talked about that just a moment before you came on. So I'm really congratulating Jazz for actually making that a point. That point right there, the runaway part, because a child at Jania's age is a child. And let's say, and I'm not saying in her case because she's not a runaway. You said she's not a runner. She's definitely not a runaway. But I've seen some
So
cases where,
let
sorry.
me ask you this question. You spoke
Hmm.
to her mother, Jasmine?
No, 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 Jazz. I said Jazz. She's a person I put on the screen here. She's someone that works with Missing American Network. I don't know if you're familiar with Jazz.
Oh,
Yes, yes,
okay.
and she has some
Okay.
legislation in Arizona that she has gotten through. So we was just celebrating that
Okay.
that point because we read here it says
Oh, yeah.
actually right, and she's actually
Okay.
talked about the actual fact that they classify children as runaways, and doing away
Oh,
trying to
okay.
get rid of that. And so
Yes.
yes, yes, and so that's the issue I have as well is the fact that we have children even if there was a child out there that did do a run as a runaway, their brains don't develop until they're about 25 years old, fully developed. And so the thing
Right.
is, you're talking about a child who's in danger,
Yes.
especially at her age, and she's being. We have a law that's been pushed right now here in our state. It's a coercive law where sometimes people are being coerced out of their homes or coerced to do certain things under threat. You name it. Could you imagine a young child like Janiyah being treated that way and put Janiyah being pulled out
Right.
of and so again, they
Right.
should not automatically say, "Oh, especially people of color, they tend to do that a lot," and classify it as a runaway without evidence or without just even talking to the family. The family, we know best. We know best about our loved one. We know best about how they think. We know everything. So law enforcement should be dependent on that. So yes, I just heard that
Yes.
part and it really made me feel a certain way. The classification without having those thoughts, like I said, from the family.
Right. So let me touch bases on this.
Okay.
So her mom reported her as a runaway.
Okay,
Um,
okay. Gotcha, okay.
and yeah, mom reported her as a runaway. Now, with mom and girlfriend, it was said in open court. And like I say it in every, platform that I go on, I speak the truth and only the truth because
That's
I
right.
gain nothing from lying.
That's
And
right.
I will never find my granddaughter from lying. So that's not how I do things. It was said in open court that mom and girlfriend are number one suspects in this case.
Mm,
And that was said in open court. And
mhm.
as much as it hurts me because that's my daughter, but this is my granddaughter, this is a child
Right.
that whatever happened to her, she did not deserve none of this. So,
Mhm.
with me saying that and mom putting it out there, and then mom put out there that she was pregnant, Janiyah is not a child that just runs the streets because that's not how she is. Mom never took her to the doctor, did a pregnancy test. There's no proof of any of that.
Mm,
So there wasn't an Amber Alert done because mom made a police report about her running away. So then it took about 2 to 3 weeks to get a Silver Alert out for her due to mom saying she was pregnant. So the Silver Alert is out for her, and she is on a lot of missing databases out there. So that's a good thing. But there's a lot of red flags. There's a lot of red flags from mom's side. So from her
I'm so
and
sorry to
from
hear that.
Jasmine and Kiera, yes. So that's why I'm saying, she threw it out there like that, but I don't know what happened, what the intentions were, whatever, because when she called me on the day that she made the report, she didn't call me to say, Mom, Janiyah ran away. No, she called me.
Hello? You can still hear
Are
me?
we okay?
I
I'm
think I
sorry.
lost you for a
Okay,
second, but I can
yeah,
hear you
still
now. Yes. Okay.
okay. So she didn't call and ask me. She called and accused me. She said, Mom, if Janiyah's at your house, you and Janiyah are going to jail. And I was like, wait, was just waking up. My alarm was about to go off for me to go to work. I said, what are you talking about? And she repeated it. I said, Janiyah is not here. So
Mm,
what are you talking about? And I jumped up, and ever since that day, I've been on it. And she has not been on it. So there's too many red flags. I took 3 months off work to look for her. And when I say 24/7, I was out there 24/7. Me and my other children and my sons-in-law, my nieces and nephews, we dissected Gary. I never knew so many abandoned buildings and churches and houses and schools. We had drones, we had teams that had canines, we had a bounty hunter. So, you know, I done all this and mom is not there. We had two searches one didn't come out so great at the end, but we did all of this. So that's why I'm not understanding when children.
I think we lost you again.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you now.
Can you? Okay, it's the connection. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
So yeah, like I was saying, when children run away, they're running away. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can now. Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I hope you can hear me.
Let's see, what does this say? This is the login. Can you hear me?
I can. How
I
about?
don't know what happened.
Uh-oh.
It's still
If,
going, but
if
I don't
everyone can
hear
still hear,
anything.
yeah, anyone can hear Miss Guerrero and myself, please put the thumbs up again. I want to see if
Oh
you all
wow.
can hear either of us or both of us. Katrina, can you hear both of us? Oh, you can hear both of us. Thank you, T and Wildflower. I appreciate it. Ms. Guerrero, can you hear him? Okay, well, while Ms. Guerrero getting her feed corrected, definitely the information you see on the bottom of the screen, we want you all to please, okay, I think she came back on a different line.
Yes.
Thank you. There you go. All right, let me
I'm
see if I can.
sorry.
That's okay. Let's see if I can. All right, there you go. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Thank
Okay,
you
I'm
so much, Ms.
sorry.
Guerrero. I'm sorry about that. What you're going through. And definitely want to continue to share her story. I'm definitely going to keep pushing out. But I know Katrina, she has a platform that I will be on as well. But I want you to keep coming back to this platform as well to share a story because we work
Okay.
together. We all work together to get our stories out
Okay.
there. And I'm sorry what you're going through, especially like I said, the class. My opinion, classification. I know the mother classified her as a runaway, but she's
Right.
still a child, and we definitely want to make sure we bring her back home. That's the most important part is getting her back
Yes,
home.
thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. And you probably know that I have been doing a lot of work away from the platform I normally would do is live streams, but I really want to be able to tell the full story of your granddaughter. And so again, we definitely going to do everything we can on our end to share a story, and I hope everyone in the audience to share the story. That's why I put a flyer back up here, and also
Right.
we can help
Yes.
help find Janaya.
Yes, thank you so much. Just
Yes,
keep
ma'am.
sharing. That's just, keep sharing. That's all I could say. Just, keep her name out there. Thank
And
you.
you're right. You're right because really quick, you're right because I say this all the time. Families, we depend on people sharing the story because we don't get the opportunity where the news organizations are running to us and things like that. So we definitely need each other.
Right.
We need families and people who actually listen to our voice to share the story because you may share it to the right person at the right time, and we can get the answers. And it's sad to say, Ms. Guerrero, is that I'm really sorry that your family had to just put this big reward up just to try to get people to move. We live in a
Right.
society that we should be trying to look out for our children. So hopefully, in Jesus'
Right.
name, we'll definitely get those answers.
Yes. And can I just say this?
Yes,
It,
ma'am.
you
Yes, ma'am.
know, it always says it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it also takes a village to bring a missing loved one home, whether they're a child or an adult. So
That's
please
right.
just keep that in mind, please.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's right.
Yeah. You
You're
see
right about that.
something, say something,
That's
please.
right. No matter what it is, big or small, you'd be surprised. Some of the
Yes.
smaller things. Right. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. And anytime I'll come back on anytime.
Thank you, Ms. Guerrero, for even trusting me with your
Thank you.
granddaughter's story. I truly appreciate you, and thanks so much
And I keep
for
you in
being a
my
friend.
prayers as well.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
keep you in my
Thank you.
prayers as well.
Yes,
Yes, for
ma'am.
your
I
son.
appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Uh, And thank you everybody for still hanging in here, being with us right now, to share our loved one's story. As you know, I have a couple of families that should have been on, and they were unable to make it right now. We do have one. She came on for a minute, and I think she popped back off. But it was the family of Zelic Wims. I had to get off of before 7 because I have a campaign watch party that I have to attend. So what I'm going to do is go through the stories for the families in their absence, because we still need to share their story to make sure that we're getting the information out there for everyone. So again, I'll say, well, thank you, Ms. Guerrero. I really appreciate you for
Thank you.
being here.
All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
Thank you so
Yes, ma'am.
much.
Take care. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You too.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm going to share Miss Ashley Williams' story. And again, if you all can really please, um, definitely, you probably remember the story. She's went missing out of L.A., California, Los Angeles, California. Her family, Mr. and Mrs. Williams, are desperately looking for their daughter. It's been a hard road for them as well. I was hoping to have them on. I was checking my text message to make sure that they didn't have any difficulties joining in. But I did tell them if they was unable to make it, I will talk about their daughter's story, and I will make sure that she's that I actually could share, and you all can help me share her story. But I have her, and also I have Zelic Wims family that could have they couldn't make it as well, and I will be sharing his story. He's right here in Columbia, South Carolina, went missing. So first, I want to go to Miss Ashley Wims. Again, let's see if I can get this right here. Miss Ashley Williams went missing right out of L.A. At the time, she's 28 years old, originally from Ohio. Has been missing from the South Los Angeles area since August the 27th, 2025. Her family and detectives from the Los Angeles Police Department are actively seeking any information regarding her whereabouts. The circumstances around her case, her disappearance. Ashley last communicated with her family via a text on August the 27th, 2025, requesting money. Her father sent the funds, but she never accepted the transfer, which was highly uncharacteristic of her. Her last confirmed location was near the 3800 block of Crawford Street in historic South Central neighborhood of South Los Angeles. Potential leads: a check of her phone logs indicated an intermediate connection or connected with a midnight mission on Skid Row, leading her family to believe she may have been in or around that area. Other names: she is known to go by the alias Pamela Yamina Martinez Hale. Description: age 28. She's 5 feet 5 inches to 5 feet 6 inches. Her weight is reported 120 pounds to 150 pounds. She has black hair, brown eyes. Some family flyers show her with red or uniquely styled braided hair, as you probably see in the picture. Identifying markers of a flower or a butterfly tattoo on her wrist, on one of her wrists. The way you can help, if you've seen Ashley, you have information regarding her disappearance, you need to reach out to the authorities, and that's the LEPD missing persons unit. That is 213-996-1800. That's again 213-996-1800. LAPD 24-hour hotline, and that is 1-877 LAPD 247. That's 1-877-527-3247. Or you can reach out also to the LA Regional Crime Stoppers anonymous tip line. That's 1-800-222-TIPS. Again, the information right here on the flyer. Also, again, the age of 28 when she went missing. The investigating agency again is Los Angeles Police Department. And the Williams family came on a platform before to talk about their daughter, and we want to bring her home. Mr. Williams and Ashley talk literally daily, and so I only can imagine what they both going through. Mr. and Mrs. Williams are going through. I know the pain oh so well, and I'm asking you all to please help their family find their loved one, find Ashley, and bring her home, because we all are having a hard time here. We're having a hard time no matter what, even when they come on the platform here to talk about their story, they're actually feeling pain. They're feeling pain for me. I'm feeling pain for them. Again, it's something that families, we all can share in our pain, and we understand each other, what we're going through, and it's not good. Trust me. And I know when they look at me and they come on here and they talk to me and say, Mr. Robinson, I understand your pain, and then I understand their pain as well. So again, if you have any information by anyone that I shared with you today or tonight, please look out for that family. You can record this, go back on this video, get those flyers, hear information that the family was talking about, and please share. I think I have one more family, and I think, okay, I got it through everyone. But I want to say again, to end this live stream, I want to say thank you so much, everyone, for joining in with me and having patience with me. This is not the way I would totally would like things to go, because I really want to do it in person, kind of like visual, where I can shake families' hands and give them hugs, and we can talk to each other and communicate with each other. But under the circumstances, I try to put something together, and under circumstances of really dealing with this pain. And I'll be honest with you, everyone. Again, I'm really struggling, trying to make sure I get my words right, make sure I'm really, really doing what I can for families, and make sure we actually get our stories heard. But it's hard. It's very hard. I'm feeling frustrated, tired, all of that at one time. And so, just the fact that I thought, to be honest with you all, that again, traveling to Arizona from here, from Columbia, South Carolina, I thought really quickly I was going to find Daniel. And then here it is, June 23rd. It's been 5 years, and it's so unbelievable. It's hurtful. And, I still say to you, no matter what this day bring, this moment bring, I'm doing everything I can to fight for Daniel. I know some people say, I would like to say this for any family. Anytime you see a slowdown on what seem to be efforts on social media and things like that, trust me, that's not most families I know that would give up their loved one. They may have a moment where they have to take some time off, or sometimes it's because of finances, or just various reasons. No one gives up on their loved one. No one gives up. So law enforcement kind of move on, but trust me, no one actually gives up. We do other things in life to make other people's lives better. It could be from, I seen my friend Katrina, again, I bring her up a lot. I call her, she know what I told her. I call her the street warrior in a way, because she's out there where nobody can see a lot of times, and she's doing a lot of other things. And they ain't just missing American stuff. Trust me, it's a lot of other things. So what I'm saying is, you can get involved, and use that example. You can get involved with a lot of other things, and then someone could say, well, she may stop looking for her sister Kaya. No, you best believe she's not. She's doing that too. But and so what happens is, the pain causes you to keep being busy, causes you to keep moving, and then, like I said, sometimes great things come out of it. So thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. Thanks for joining in with me. I this as for your prayers. As for your prayers, your continued support. I can tell you, after this live, after I get past this, whatever happened after 7 o'clock, after I get past the point, I'm making it a point to go back to Arizona. So I need your support on that. So you'll hear me talking about it on social media, asking for support. I need your support on that, because a couple things I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna get in the law enforcement face, even if I have to end up pulling some type of protest. You know how I do. Everybody in Arizona know what I do. But I need to get law enforcement active on some things they promised me on April 10th last year. And also, I have to go. I have a granddaughter. Many people don't know that, but I have a granddaughter in Arizona. I have my children in Arizona, and I'm going to see them. I'm going to see the A team, those who are in Arizona, Jazz, you as well. people, everyone, all of y'all, everyone that's listening that's in Arizona, you know, I can call your names out. But of course, the main thing is that I really want to spend time with my children to put a memorial. I did talk to the owners out there of that land. They didn't mind. I thought I was going to do it for this date, June 23rd. Something for Daniel. And the reason why, and not just for Daniel, because I have some other ideas to do for it. Again, I always make sure I include other families as well. And but I'm really gonna still put this event together. The A team was working on that to help me put that together. And I can be honest with you all, what made it fall apart is that we just don't have the finances. We don't have the finances to make it come into fruition. But um, we're working on that. But you know, we thought about other avenues. But when I say make that happen, is some other things we want to do for families. So we're working on that. That's a project I'll be working on for the summer. And so I need your help when I go back to Arizona because I really want to put something there to mark the 5th year that my son had went missing. And you know, and the efforts, and it's the reason why I'm doing that because it means a lot. Meaning that I don't believe I want to. My hearts of hearts want to continue to believe that my son's out there somewhere, and I just got to find him. The other part is the dedication that people have put in, the hard work. I mean, I just go over it over and over again, but people actually believe in everything I was doing out there. And you know, I had to put something as a reminder from all of that. I mean, it just means something. And so I would be doing that. I'm going to consult with my children because they have to be involved with this, what I want to do. And once we do that, I will share it with the public. And I hope you all can come along with us. And as we put something there for Daniel, and also as a tribute to everyone who's been helping up until this day, and on and on and on. So again, from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you to everyone who showed love, care, really. I mean, just really care. I mean, a lot of you have been helping me in this journey, like we're blood family or something. And I really want to appreciate each and every last one of you. And I don't take your love lightly, your dedication, your help. I mean, just everything. It means everything to me. Even at this moment, when I'm finding it real hard, and I know what's going to happen once I get off here, and that's why I'm talking so long because it's almost like letting my family go for the moment because I have to go to this other event and I have to be there after 7 in another almost about 25 minutes, and I have to go to this watch party for my campaign. So I can tell you I'm not feeling great. But as in the victory for, I'm really confident and hoping that we get past this point. I really feel that, regardless of what happened, I'm definitely going to be fighting for families. I'm been fighting for my community here in South Carolina for various reasons. God put me in this place for a reason. I've seen a lot of things I'm working on. Of course, again, Danny Rawson law that's already been pushed in South Carolina. I'm still going to push that in Arizona, still going to push that in Louisiana, still going to push that in the U.S. Congress. But I have 3 more bills that I'm working on that's going to make a difference in everybody's lives, make our lives better. And that's all. But those 2 of those are on the political side. So I'm not going to talk about that tonight. But I do have another one that's going to help with missing Americans cases as well. And so, again, thank you so much, everyone. Thanks to the families who just allowed me to share the stories and trusted me to do that. I definitely will be bringing more families back on again. I'm going to continue this fight, like I said. And I ask you all to please pray for my family. Pray for Daniel's mother. I know you don't hear from her life. I know we're divorced and she have her life, but I know she's in pain too. It's 5 years. I don't get to talk to her, but trust me, any mother would be suffering right now. I know his siblings. Y'all don't hear a lot from them, but they're not feeling it too. They're feeling really bad, and they're really hurting right now. And I want you to pray for them. Daniel has aunties. He has uncles. He have family. I mean, cousins. We have a family reunion this weekend, and we always the last family reunion we had to do a tribute to Daniel. And it's no different this time. They have a point for that this time, and that's this weekend, this Friday. So pray for my family as we come together to talk about Daniel, um, and other family members. But again, like I said, this is a very difficult time. It's a hard time, but we're making it. And I want to lastly say I have been pushing this for a long time, but and I've been ignoring people. I smile because I think about people like Katrina. We talk in the back, and I've said, "You need to go to bed or something. You need to get some rest." And she'll probably she would say the same thing to me. We're saying that at each other. It's an Aries thing. We say it to each other, and but we're people that's go getters, and we just don't know how to stop. And so I'm saying this, and I hope my family hear me say this and make me do it because I say it and it never happens because I always find something to do. I really need to take a break, everyone. I really need to take a break. Win this election tonight or not win this election tonight, and I know I'm going to win tonight. I need to take a break. Again, like I said, I haven't taken any type of break, any kind of vacation since before we all sat at home for COVID. And I think, sometimes you have to take a moment and you have to take a breath. So my goal is, Katrina, one of the Florida people, to get my foot in some ocean water. It's the time of the year. So I've been saying it forever for the last several years. And I've been a person that make it a point every year to be in ocean water for weeks at a time. I'm really planning to do that. And so that'll be my way of getting away, getting me an opportunity to finally grieve my son's disappearance and to deal with the next chapter, wherever that may be. And so that's where I'll be at. And after this campaign, those in my city and my state who believed in this campaign and put me over the top, I'll be fighting very hard, just like I did for my son. It will never stop and never end. I'll fight for everyone in my state to bring back some representation that they deserve, that we all deserve, to fight for issues that matter in our state. But just like I'm fighting for missing American cases, those who follow me right now, for my son, I'm going to continue to fight. And you best believe when I get in Congress, you're going to hear a lot of, you're talking about Jasmine Crockett. I got a lot to say. But, I will be there to fight for the people, and then especially the 600,000 Americans go missing, to find solutions on why, and to help us with all the technology we have in this country right now. There's no excuse for us to not know. People don't just vanish off the face of the earth. And I'm telling you something real quick, and I keep saying that next thing you know, it'll be hours, and somebody gonna hit me up and say, David, you're late for your event. One thing that struck me, I was in Afghanistan fighting for this country. And I remember I lost some battle buddies and people I know. One is our first battle buddy, even though it wasn't because of enemy fire, but we started losing people over there in Afghanistan, people we know, friends. I mean, when you're military, we become family, just like we do with missing Americans. And the Taliban, who attacked our country, they found Osama bin Laden, right, in somebody else's country. I think he was found in Pakistan. And I remember my father's right there on the border of Pakistan. And so what I'm saying is, you can find a person in somebody else's country, but somehow you can't find Daniel Robson or Kaya Taylor or Zelig Williams and some of the, just everyone. You cannot find them right here in the country. Oh, we don't have the information. We can't get the cell phone ping. Oh, we can't get this, and so what I'm saying is, I'm going to come to the bottom of that too. And so again, but we have to have people who actually going to actually do that, who's not afraid to question authority. And I've been doing it for 4 years. You see what I did with the Buckeye Police Department. I had to push them down the road, kick them down the road to make them do things, right? And so, and I often said I'm not anti-police because I trust. I have a lot of law enforcement departments right now, like the 10P Police Department in Arizona, and they was the main one to say, David, behind the scenes, I was like, David, can you be really specific when you talk about the Buckeye Police Department? I said, yeah, law enforcement, blah, 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 No, I'm specifically talking about the Buckeye Police Department. I have to keep correcting myself because there's some good departments out there as well. There's some good officers out there. Then there's some lazy ones too, and I don't reward lazy. I don't reward apathy. I don't care about law enforcement's feelings. Again, I say that I don't care about feelings because I don't. When you come to be an officer, you're doing your job. It's not about your feelings. When I was in the military fighting for our country, it ain't got nothing to do, and I want to use the colorful words I would use, but it has nothing to do with our feelings. We're serving the country. We put ourselves there. And I remember I raised my hand for the right Fort Jackson at MELPS, and they said before we raised our right hand, they said, "Did anybody put a gun to your head? Anybody make you do this? Anybody, that kind of thing first?" No, it's a choice. Your choice to be a law enforcement officer. You choose to do this, and it's your job. It's not your feelings. Somebody hurt my feelings, so I'm not going to do that. No, I mean, a lot of times families go through pain. They have to channel their anger somewhere. And so if you're not actually doing a job or making them feel like you're doing a job, or you're doing something, where you think it's going to be aimed at? When you're being slack and they can see things, and families have to come up with their own legislation and their own actions, and doing 50 weeks of desert searches and pulling resources out there behind, trying to find a loved one, and you sitting with your hands under your butt. I mean, what you think family's going to do? When you tell them, "Hey, this person is not like that. She's not a runaway child," and you make an assumption yourself and say they're, in Daniel's case as well, they're a grown person. Well, they want to go missing. They go missing. They want to. You didn't ask them that. So those kind of things. When those things happens, and then I don't care about your feelings, because you need to do your job. And so again, that's the way I would be approaching a lot of things when it comes to I could go on all night, you guys, especially on the political side. Yeah, I'm a politician now. How about that? And so going on that political side, I have a lot to say to people. And I'll be that voice for the people that always want to say certain things. So that's it. But anyway, thank you so much, Katrina. I see you all again. You say eating donuts. Oh yes, while Aaron the do nothing side, and eating donuts. I'll use them all for you. Thanks so much, everybody, for being here. I truly appreciate you all, and we'll talk later. And I have to jump off because again, pray for me tonight. Pray for that I got a win on this election. I worked very hard, you guys. I worked hard. We had in 2024 when I first ran, I was carrying that Daniel Robinson like a torch, and I ran in 2024, and we had two people on the campaign trail. By law, with federal law, you have to have a treasurer and you have to have a candidate, and that's all we had in our campaign. And you should have seen me. I've been out on the side of the road with yard signs, and people yell at the car, "Aren't you the candidate? Why are you putting your own yard sign?" And I'm still doing that, y'all, by the way. And because I'm a hard worker. I've been working since I was 7. I'm not ashamed, and that's all we had. And somehow we managed in doing the primary to get 83, I think 84% of the vote in the primary. There's only 2 people on the campaign: me, myself, and my treasurer. And then, so people don't wonder why I'm proud of that. And then here's a 24-year incumbent who's been in office forever, and we got 41% of the vote with him, with mainly a few people working very hard in the campaign, less than 6. And so what I'm saying is this time is no different. Working very hard, put a lot of hard work hours in. You see everybody say, "Man, I kind of make me laugh. I talk to people in the street just recently, a couple of days, and they see me and they said, "You look big on that picture, but you look like 2 different people." Especially I got my glasses on too, because the other thing, I ain't been putting no contacts in. You look a lot smaller. That's how they put it. They're trying to say something. They point their finger like, "It's something." I said, "Yeah, I lost a little weight, right?" And that comes from the stressors. That come from the hard work. That come from the days of just getting out there, pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, trying to make a difference in people's lives. And then you come to this moment, June 25th, when you had 3 candidates that run against you and put you in that stress. And then you still beat them and get 41% of the vote. But because you can't get a 51% threshold because you got 4 people on the ballot, you have to go to a runoff. And then the second place person is digging at you and calling you all kind of stuff, even calling you dumb and you're not educated because you didn't go to school for a law degree and all this kind of stuff I had to hear. And they dumbed down all the hard work that we put in as a grassroots movement to get to this point. And I say we because I would not have been running for Congress if it wasn't for Daniel Robinson law. And when my son went missing and pushed me really hard to say, you know what, now I can make a difference, not only for Missing Americans, but for the people in my state that I know have some issues that I've been arguing about for years and years and years. But then I have one person who the people already spoke, and they come up and they say these things and say, hey, I'm the better candidate and I'm this and that, but I'm not saying nobody's not. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, when you know you work very hard and it's land on the line, that all of that be stripped away, the work be stripped away just at a blink of the eye because it's not a game for me. That's the only part about it. It's not a game for me because, again, like I said at the beginning of this broadcast, I lost a lot. When I say I lost a lot, I lost a lot. And I mean literally, not figuratively, but literally lost a lot. And I still keep pushing. And Katrina, and I'm only gonna keep picking on you a lot because we talk so close and we know a lot of stuff. You can lose a lot and you still keep going with little to nothing that you have, and you make it work. And I keep talking because I'm gonna have to go to people and say you late, but I remember putting yard signs out, and people cut my yard signs out there, just cherry pick my yard signs, and I make videos and I say I was gonna put them out, but I didn't really do it too much. But putting holes in my face and boot prints in my face and pulling mines up, and just my yard signs out there. But what hurt me the most was that because I know every yard sign for me meant something. That meant that from 2024, when I bought the yard signs, everyone I lost over 200 something yard signs. And everyone I lose means something to me, where it got me down to, I think, some few less than 100 yard signs that I had to start off with. And when I hear people in the street, when I place them in a certain place and they say, I see your yard signs everywhere. And I told my auntie about this today. And I said, that's impossible because I only had a few yard signs. I don't have that many because people destroyed them and all kind of stuff was going on. But I've strategically put them in places I prayed before I put them down, and God put me in strategic places. And every time I go to a drive-through, people say, I see your signs everywhere. And I'm like, that's impossible. But to them, they do, because it's like the loaves of bread. And I told my auntie I need to read my Bible again more, because I think it was like the 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish or something that Jesus had. And he made more for the multitude of people that was hungry. And he only had a few. And you take that and it become a lot somehow. And that's exactly what I felt when people tell me that. Like somehow those few yard signs that I had and put them out in strategic places, to some people, they see them all over the place. And to me, I think what I'm saying is, to end this broadcast is to say, I walk by faith, not by sight. And this campaign, this run, this fight for my son has zero. When I say zero, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, it has zero to do with David Robinson, but everything for everything that God wanted me to do, and everything for the people I want to serve, and the people I've been trying to help, and definitely everything for my son. So thank you so much, everyone, and y'all have a blessed night.